Welcome back, guys, to This and Much More. I'm Evelyn, and my co-host is
Rollie Vogues.
And today our special guest is
Rachel.
Hey, Rachel.
Welcome to the podcast. We're glad to have you on.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't know much about you, so this is gonna be like the perfect,
Yeah.
time to really get to know you. So.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, she does coffee. She's a trainer. So
Yeah.
A little bit of both.
yeah. So I was like,
Do you guys
I
like
just wanted-
coffee or the gym?
You know, we're actually, we do gym, not like fit. What is it? Like, we're not like the fittest people ever, right? But
But you go to the
Speak for
gym.
yourself.
yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, I probably gym more than you, but yeah, we are familiar with like the gym life and stuff, and we've had other guests on here too that like love to gym.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, where are you from?
So I'm from, I was born in El Paso, but I moved to San Antonio and grew up in San Antonio.
You went
Since
to
I was
UTSA?
6. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, how old are you?
I'm 25.
She's 25.
Are you gonna call her a baby too?
Yeah, pretty much. I cannot believe you're 25.
Yeah, I'm 25, and like all my friends are like 28. And, like
we've had your friends there.
Yeah, exactly. You've had all my friends. So, and then I even what was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. I got nervous.
But you know what though? It's funny because you give me very mature vibes.
I get that a lot. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Is that I get a lot from them. Like, wait, how old are you again? Like they ask me all the time.
I thought you were asking me.
And
I
I'm
was
like,
like, I'm 29.
No, yeah, I think I heard that in one of y'all's podcasts. So I was like, okay, that's about the same.
Yeah,
I'm
because
used
when
to
we
this.
met Jazzy, I know that we were like amazed that they were literally the same age as us. No, I think
Really?
they're 30 and 31, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think...
No, I'm sorry. She's 29.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
she's my age.
yeah.
And then, and Chris is your age, right? Because
Like what, 26?
You're not 26. You're what, 31?
31, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, he
okay.
turned 21 in September. 31 in September.
21?
So when we met then, we're like, oh my God, they've been together. We were like, oh yeah, we've never like had anybody, like a couple our age that's been dating the same time we have.
Oh,
Because
okay.
they've been dating a long time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
then
yeah.
that's when we found out their age. We were like, what? Yeah.
Yeah.
But, so
No, yeah,
you're
it's a long time.
25. When's your birthday?
December
December when?
15th.
Oh, really? I'm the 22nd.
Really?
In December,
Okay,
yeah.
Sagittarius.
Capricorn.
What? Oh, but a cusp.
Yeah, like
Because
literally,
like right at the edge.
Yeah.
Because he's a Sagittarius.
Oh, okay.
And then what are you?
I'm Virgo.
Okay.
She's like, what? I don't
Okay,
really know.
yeah. All right. So
I'm what?
we've had conversations with another co-host. Her name's Ronnie, right? So she's like, oh, he's a Virgo man or whatever, right? So it's like, but then La Plática, they talk about it a lot. There's another podcast where they talk about like, what are they called? The Virgo and all that. What is that?
Like, oh, your zodiac sign?
Zodiac signs, right? They talk about all that, and then they do say like, oh, Virgos are like, I don't know. But then I'll
Are
look
they the
at
worst or what?
Yeah, I've heard really bad things.
really
Well, your brother's a Virgo, right?
like
He's
I've-
like, no comment.
like on TikTok, like sometimes it'll come up and I'll be like, listen to this, I'm like, man, that's like me, like what the fuck,
Yeah.
And it's like I don't know, yeah, I do see a lot of things that are like, all right,
Yeah.
maybe it's
I don't
true.
really look into that too much.
I'm not super
makes
into
sense,
it,
though,
but
sometimes.
yeah, it does. And I don't know. I use it lightly. Like I don't like, how they have like horoscopes every day.
Yeah.
I wouldn't believe in that. But there are similarities. There just are. Like,
Yeah, no, I
honestly,
see it.
if you think about it too, like how is it that people that born are in the same time of the year and like season, that there's not some type of like link
Yeah.
between them?
No, yeah, I
right?
know.
I don't know.
No,
I
yeah,
don't-
it's true.
It's just I would
because-
think like it has nothing to do with anything, like when you're like
What?
when you're born, like it has nothing to do with
It's just one
oh
of those
my
But
neighbor
the
like
season
so-
of the year,
So-
I don't know.
My
It's
neighbor,
meant to
my neighbor
be.
had Rudy. He was like
Uh-huh.
the Salvadorian neighbors. He had the same birthday as me.
Yeah, yeah, we're very
September.
different.
Yeah, we're different. Like he was very like soft spoken, very nice. But I never seen him like other than that. Like
Yeah.
I don't know his
Well,
personal
who's
life
gonna go
like
wild
that.
out in front of you? You're
Yeah,
his neighbor.
not that I wowed out, right?
No,
You're not saying that, right?
No.
But I don't know. Like growing up, I had a temper, stuff like that, you know. And then, but I do see.
That's a Virgo.
Yeah.
That is a Virgo.
So I'm
they
like.
have like they're like
Yeah.
fire.
Like, yeah.
Because are they? I mean, I don't know if you know if they're fire signs or not. I'm
Oh
not
no,
sure.
I wouldn't
It
know.
was like Avatar.
No.
So Sagittarius is like a fire sign. So like him and I both, we like
Are
will
y'all,
get
like-
upset.
Are y'all like the, you know how they pick? Oh, these are they're meant
Oh,
to be.
like if they're
Yeah.
whatever it's called,
Like compatible, I
synonymous.
guess?
Yeah,
Or-
compatible.
Compatible.
Yeah, we are.
Y'all are?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Are we? I mean, we've been together for a long time. So.
I don't know.
Actually,
what
I
if,
think so.
Yeah.
what if we're not, and then you just been dealing with me the whole
I
time?
have been dealing with you for a long time.
And now our son is like a mini me.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So I tell my mother-in-law, because she's like, oh my God, he's just like him. And I'm just like, I don't know what I did in another world or something, because I'm super chill. And
he's not.
And he's like, he has a temper, and my son catches a temper
Oh.
too. So I'm just like, I'm super chill. Like, why couldn't y'all just be chill, you know?
Yeah. I mean,
So-
maybe when he's older, he'll like
Yeah,
go
no.
into you. Like,
Yeah. And
Yeah,
to,
probably.
Like,
That's what you're hoping for, right?
yeah, for sure. Instead of like punching trees like he used to when he was a
I
kid.
never punched trees.
You didn't?
No.
Oh, you were punching walls.
Like, was that like Muay Thai?
Yeah.
Worse.
Yeah,
That's so much worse. Punching
No,
holes
it's
in walls.
because I remember my I did punch a wall or something at my parents' house, and my dad's like, if you want to punch, don't be punching my house. If you want to punch something, go punch a tree.
Yeah.
So I think I went outside and like I kicked it or something, and it hurt, so I went back in.
Yeah, no.
I was
So
like,
funny.
but if you really get into it, like they start talking about like moons, right? Like a half moon, something,
you
whatever.
have like your. I'm really not that into it, but I can explain it to you. So you have like your moon, or no, your rising,
Mm-hmm.
and then so your rising is like how you appear to be, or what you actually are, and then I think there's like a sun and a moon.
Now
I
I'm
don't
gonna
remember.
look
Yeah,
into
no,
it
no,
to
it's
see
a lot.
I don't
like
remember. I just know that
what
there's
I am.
three. Like one of them is who you are when you're alone. One of them is like what your actual zodiac sign is, and then the other one is like how people perceive you, like when they first meet you, because people don't really know you when they first meet you. So
that's a question we had too, right?
What if I just become like a professional and just like I'm able to tell people like what they
No,
are?
because you're gonna start getting into the whole crystal
The
stuff.
only don't crystal stuff like the cards and stuff.
no, like the actual rocks.
Like you're gonna be like,
Oh,
oh, babe,
nah, not
I
even.
gifted you this pink one because of da 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 da.
Oh nah. hell
See,
no.
I don't get that. I don't like. I'm so
You're about to
hypocritical
get
because I have a
canceled,
stone in my
girl.
car.
I'm just kidding.
No, okay.
What stone do you have? What
I don't know.
color?
It's just pretty. Like I'm not like one of those. I don't understand the whole like. Have you heard? You can put a rock out and like charge it or something. I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
Let me ask
You
you,
know what I'm
this
talking
though.
about?
No, but let me ask you this though. Do you know? I didn't know. I have a really good friend. Shout out Lulu. She has her business is out of crystal, so she's a big believer, right? So sometimes I'm having a conversation with her, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, "Well, what is this?" And
Yeah.
she's like, "I'm like, oh, hey, my friend just went through a heartbreak. Like, what can I gift her?" And she'll be like, "Give her this one." And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay. So I
Yeah.
bought some earrings from her, and I'm like, oh, here, this is a gift. Hopefully, it'll help you heal, right? But I'm not one to like really like know, you know. But she did tell me if you touch like a rock or a crystal, whatever it is, if it's cold, it's because it's real. Like it has to be cool. Like I was just like, what? And she's like, yeah.
That's
like if you
weird.
touch it, like yeah, if
Uh-huh.
you touch the obviously this is not one, right? But like if you were to touch it, it has to be
It's
like
warm.
yeah, like so it's like so it's like when you touch one, like and it's cold or cool or whatever, then it's a real
It's like a rock. I mean,
like a real
rock.
crystal.
You know what? That kind of makes sense because my rock in my car, I'll like grab it and I'll fiddle with it, but I'll also like put it on my face
Okay,
sometimes
and it's-
because it's cool.
Yeah, and that's when it's a real one. Because people
But
buy
sometimes
like,
it's warm.
well, is it under the sun?
It's a real-
Obviously, yeah. If it's
Well,
under
what
the
temperature
sun,
does it have to?
I don't
like,
know, girl. I don't know.
Room temp, and it'll be cool. You know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
I'm assuming so. It's just
I don't
like.
know. Well, I mean, yeah, 'cause it's not like they leave them outside, right?
Yeah, because you know how people wear them as necklaces is because it helps them keep cool, like the earrings. And then
Yeah.
she's like, "Oh yeah, you can do this with your face and stuff." And I'm just like, "Girl, I just use a vino and I'm good." Like
I just
that's it.
never got into it because my mom would say it's like not part of the religion type shit.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I'd be like, all right,
Because
I'm
we
stay
grew
away.
up
You're
Catholics.
Catholic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You too?
Well, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I grew up I'm Hispanic.
Yeah.
I should
I thought you were
let
white.
you guys know. I know. That's why I'm like, I should announce it to you guys. My last name's Valdez.
Yeah,
Oh, it
I
is.
saw that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, but my grandma, yeah, she's like really like superstitious and like she's Catholic, so
Yeah.
she'll like, I don't know if it's a Mexican thing or a Catholic thing to like put. Do your grandparents put like little wood, like balls in like dressers and stuff?
Definitely not.
Wool balls or wood?
No, like wood.
Wooden balls?
Do they
No.
ever put coins by the picture frames?
No.
I don't know if
I'm-
they ever did. Then
Okay,
like
she
probably
puts a
grabbing
rosary,
them.
but she puts like coins by her picture frames. I don't know what
Oh.
that.
Maybe
She's like
so
superstitious.
she can get money. Which you
Maybe.
see now I don't get because a lot of Hispanics are very superstitious, but they don't believe in like the crystal stuff.
I know.
Like my
Yeah.
mom's a big believer in like, oh my god, le hicieron ojo.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
pásale
it's
un
weird,
huevo,
'cause
right?
It is like an
And
energy
I'm just
thing. Like they do believe in that and like passing it
Just
off.
their own thing.
But not like rocks is like too. Is that too white?
I just feel like
It
I feel like
might be,
rocks.
yeah.
I feel like because rocks is like it's a rock, you know. It's like it's not a symbol for anything. Maybe
Or maybe
like,
they didn't have those
okay, like
rocks
what's a
where they're
Hispanic
from,
thing? Like
you know?
the little
not
the
like,
red,
not the pink one.
like the red string thing. You know what I'm talking
Oh
about?
yeah, palojo.
Yeah.
You know how they say we're red, so you don't. So para que no te
Hispanic,
hagan
like
ojo?
little
You speak
Hispanic
Spanish?
babies?
I have a red bracelet with an ojo on it. Is that what
Yeah,
you're
like
talking about?
that.
That's probably what it
so
is.
that's
Does it
like
have to be red?
It has to be red to protect you.
Oh,
And if it breaks, it means because somebody was
right,
like,
yes, yeah, I do know that.
Yeah, a lot of
I've been waiting
babies-
for mine to break.
So whenever we had our
I'm like, I have haters.
man, whenever we had our son, he was like so against it. Like, cause my family's they're big on like, oh, at least put like a bracelet, you know. And his mom's against it too, and they're Catholics as well.
Wait, my mom's against the red bracelet thing.
The red bracelet thing, yeah. And I'm just like, it's gonna be a gold bracelet. It just has the little piedritas, you know. And he was like, oh, I don't want.
But
I'm
like,
like, he's
for
gonna wear it.
what?
Like,
Yeah.
just if it's it's something my mom believes in it, and they're gifting it to him, I'm gonna put it on.
What if they gifted him an upside down cross?
Obviously, that's something different. I'm
Like,
not gonna
relax.
put that on him, you know. But if
Yeah.
I grew up in that, like,
Yeah.
like the whole believing in the red, I do sometimes too. I do believe que
Or
somebody
like when
has
they would do the red dot on for the hiccups. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah.
It's the
We
same-
never
it's-
did that. I
It's,
never did
it's
that.
like it's the same string, right? And
It's not the
same.
same.
It's like a string, and they wet it or something, and then they put it on the baby's
on the forehead, just to help with the hiccups.
But I'm like, what the hell is that gonna do?
Yeah.
Or when
That's
the
so
mollera goes
interesting.
down, and then they flip the babies upside down and they hit them on the feet.
Yeah, that's true.
I have
Is
seen
that
the
true?
hitting on the feet. I don't know about the upside down. I didn't know about the upside down.
Yeah,
I don't
because
think
it's,
you're supposed to
it's
do that.
gravity, right?
I don't know, but
Well,
I know.
I don't
what
even know
you're
what
talking
mollera
about.
is, like the top
It's
of the
like
head,
the
because
soft
it's
spot.
soft when they're little.
Yeah, you're
So
supposed
like
to be
if
really
it goes,
careful.
so if it goes down,
Yeah.
turn them upside down, let gravity
I don't
do
know
its
if the-
thing.
I don't know
like
about
a
the
ketchup
ups-
bottle, you know?
I don't know about the upside down thing.
Yes, no. I mean that's or why if they're laying down, what's that gonna do?
I don't know, babe.
It's like a
just
ketchup
things.
bottle. You're like letting like the.
Okay,
I don't
but
know.
you know,
Feet?
but my grandma, she does that. You
Uh-huh.
know what a puro is? How do you say those in English? The cigar? It's a cigar.
Cigar? What do you
Yeah.
mean? Sure.
Like, so she would like the way she does it is like she'll smoke a puro, I guess. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but she'll smoke
Probably
it
cigar,
and she
yeah.
does like something and to help the mollera like come back up without flipping the baby.
Yeah,
Yeah, my
'cause
grandma's
that's, like,
never flipped the baby.
I would think you need to go to a doctor for that, right?
Yeah, but to them it's just like it's a soft spot, you know. But if you go and like, there's been times like my mom, she said that with my little brother, like he
Do
was
people
like,
ever blow like air into the feet or something too, or no? Or am I
I don't
tripping?
know.
That's part of it.
Anything. They're desperate. Their heads just sinking in. That's
I
bad.
don't know.
I mean, there's the egg thing too, right?
yeah, I don't believe in that because
Her mom
my
did that.
mom believes in that. Like she's like, oh, you have to, you know. And I'm like, you realize you're heating up the egg with your hand, like while you're holding it. Like, how is that? Like you're holding the egg, your body's warming it up. So when you crack it, obviously, you know. But she doesn't agree with me, and I'm just like, okay, go ahead.
Just let her do her thing.
Yeah, just do
It's
it
for her.
like, you know, yeah. But sometimes she'll be like,
and then he gets better. And she's like, thank God I did
and
that.
sometimes it's just like, yeah. It's sometimes just like, it really was the medicine, but sure, let's go with the egg, you know.
Yeah, it's like when they guess like the gender of a baby.
Oh my God, yes.
You know, like
So
they'll be like, I can tell. Like,
if you guys were to
Oh,
ever
yeah.
like, you know, get pregnant and
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
don't be surprised once you start getting those, your tias or your family,
Yeah.
like, oh, you're having this because your stomach is round.
or like sitting lower or something like
Yes.
that. Right?
Oh my God. Like, same thing for us. Like, his mom would be like holding my belly. Oh my God, it's a boy. Da, 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 da. And I'm just
and you're like, oh my God. If it comes out a boy, they're just going to be like, I knew it. You know, like, I have a gift for these things. Like, it's like, no, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, lucky guess, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you grew up in El Paso, moved to San Antonio, and where's your family from?
El Paso.
Oh,
Well, my dad's from El Paso.
How long did you live over there?
Just till I was 6. But then,
really?
so I was 6, and then we moved to San Antonio, and then grew up there, went to college. Around college, my dad moved back to El Paso. Oh, sorry. My dad moved back to El Paso for like the last like 5 or 6 years, I think. And he just moved back to San Antonio.
So you don't have family here in Houston?
No.
So you're by yourself here?
By myself, yeah. I mean, I have
No,
him.
like... no, I didn't mean
all
right
alone,
now.
yeah. But yeah.
So
yeah.
did you meet your boyfriend in San Antonio?
Yeah.
Shout him out. He's behind the camera.
Yeah. Tommy T. T time. He's on the camera.
Yeah, so y'all met in San Antonio.
Yeah, we met in San
Okay,
Antonio.
so y'all decided to move here.
Yeah. Once I graduated college, I was like looking for a bunch of jobs, and I really didn't want to stay in San Antonio. So we were just like, well, I just asked him like, are you good if we move somewhere? And he was like, yeah, whatever, wherever you go, I'll go. So, yeah, I got a job here, like right after I graduated, or like a few months before I graduated, and then we moved here.
What were you doing? What was the job?
I was at like a what's it called? Like a digital pharmacy. Like you order online. Like,
oh, okay.
And I was just doing marketing. I have a marketing degree, so.
Oh, I see.
Marketing, how like Instagram reels?
No, like it was like growth marketing. So like
ads and stuff. Or
we were like in charge of like events and like it's more of like a sales team. It was more of like a sales role where we had to figure out basically like how to get people to sign on and be like send their prescriptions, you know?
You know what I'm thinking about? And it has nothing to do, I mean, it kind of has to do with the marketing thing. You know iPic theaters? You heard of that? You know iPic? I think it's like kind of big now, but it's like what...
apparently not.
Yeah, apparently not, right? It's like, what's the Star Cinema? It's kind of like that where you go and you eat, and you watch a movie. So, But iPic came about before Star Cinema and what's the other one? There's another
Studio
one.
Grill?
Studio Grill. And I remember at U of H, when I was going to U of H, they gave me free tickets. They're like, oh, we just opened up this theater. You know, you can get food. Here's a free ticket, right? And I thought it was a scam. I was like, I'm not going here, you know. But I never went. And then I seen a few people, they'll go. So I'm like, oh, shit, it's still around. But I guess it's not that big.
No, I was going to say, going back to your marketing, how he said, or for reals, it's very different. When did you graduate?
I graduated 2021. Yeah.
You got in 2021? Oh,
Yeah.
I guess maybe social media was already like.
Well, it was starting.
there.
I think Reels had just come out. Everything changed after like COVID, right? You know, because social media grew like so big.
Yeah.
So I definitely took like a class going over like Instagram marketing and stuff like that, but it wasn't the same.
Yeah, it's more like the business side of it, right?
I didn't specifically mean like Reels, but I guess social media is what I meant. But
Yeah,
because I feel like I've had marketing jobs. I just have my associate's degree, but the marketing jobs are really sales jobs.
Yeah,
You know?
if you get into like I don't even know the word, but like less or like a little bit more like corporate stuff, the marketing typically isn't social media. I mean, you have to seek out social media marketing to do that. But for the most part, it's like they're like looking for sales.
Yeah,
like you need to do
close
sales.
deals
or
and-
activations and stuff, right? Like people going places.
Yeah.
Doing like guerrilla marketing and stuff like that. So
you're not doing that anymore.
No, I work in a marketing agency now, full time. So that's like my full time job.
Doing what?
I do business development. So, like, basically when, you know how, like, in those movies when you see, like, this woman, like, working at a marketing agency and she's, like, pitching and, like, it's like, oh, we got the deal or whatever.
Yeah.
That's, like, what I do. But I don't present. My CMO, my boss does.
But you prepare everything.
But we prepare everything. Like, yeah, it's like you're preparing for a pitch and you're going against different agencies. So, like, bigger businesses, like, come to you and are looking for an agency. So we pitch them.
And you pitch them like oh, how your business can, like, benefit off of working with us type thing or what?
Yeah, like, sometimes you can, sometimes it's, like, media, like, billboards, digital ads, like, stuff like that. And then sometimes it's creative, so you're making the creative or production, like, for the ads. Sometimes it's all. But it's been really a cool experience because, one, I've learned a lot about marketing, and two, like, I learned a lot how much money, like, companies have, which is, like, I don't know. That's, like, the coolest thing that I've learned of how much money companies have for marketing. And, like, you wouldn't guess. Or, like, a stupid type of business you wouldn't think makes a lot of money makes, like, a lot of money.
Yeah.
So it's crazy how much, like, their budgets are.
Yeah, because when was it? When we had Amadora, right? Amadora, she's a makeup artist. And then we asked her, like...
She's in LA, though.
Yeah, she's in LA. But we asked her, like, what was the most amount of money she made, and then she gave us the number. I forgot what it was, but she's like, it was for a commercial, and she's like, commercials just pay a lot, you know. It's part of the marketing, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, it's because they just pay a lot. It's so easy. It's the easiest thing I had to do, but the budget is there. So
yeah, it's almost like the standards aren't lower because you have to really do good work.
Yeah.
But, like, it's more so, it's amazing how much small businesses do for such lower prices to get, like, business because they're small businesses, whereas like larger businesses will give out a bunch of cash for, like, minimal work.
Yeah.
Like if you did, like, a production deal, like you wanted to do a commercial or something like that, like, it could range anywhere from, like, low end being like 100,000, like, that's a low budget commercial.
Yeah.
To, like, 400,000 would be, like, a normal one. Like, whenever I first started at the agency, they said, my boss was like, yeah, a deal just came in, but it's a media budget and it's only $1 million. And I was like, $1 million, like, let's get going, you know?
Yeah.
But to him, he was like, that's not enough, because it's not. Like, if you were to, like running ads or, like, a billboard or something like that is, like, an insane amount of money. Like, you have to have buckets of money.
So how much is, like, a billboard, like, on, like, 45?
I don't know, like, that specific because I'm not on the media team. But, like, standard deals, like, if you're wanting to do, like, media stuff, standard deals are, like, a good media budget is, like, $7 million. Like, crazy. A media budget that you can work with is, like, $1 million. But anything less than that, like, you really can't stretch that far.
But that money, I mean, they just spread it with, like, the team, or, like...
So, like, yeah, you have to take... the agency takes a percentage, but, like, we get a small percentage compared to, like, how much money they need to, like, conduct and run all the ads and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is super wild, low-key.
Yeah, because honestly, like, when we had Yvonne from Spo Latina, I don't know if you're familiar with the summit. It's like a summit that she does, like, every year. Familiar. Yeah, it's the pink bag behind you. So basically, so she does the summit, like, every year in July, right? And when we had her on the podcast, she was saying that, like, a lot of the companies close their budget for her, right? Like, that she pitches to them so they can sponsor. So she gets a lot of sponsorships. That's so she's cool. Like, oh, I got, like, the detergent.
Oh, that's
cool. I
I
was like, oh, that's dope. So they gave her money and, like, sample sizes so, cool. So she could get out.
Yeah, like, one wouldn't think to go for that, you know?
Yeah. So
or even water, right? I think she got sponsored.
The water.
She's like, everybody needs water, right?
Yeah.
So they sponsored the water, like, at the event.
So she brought us, like, a bottle of Bucana.
Yeah.
And she gets those, like, sponsored.
That's really cool.
Yeah, but at her event, like, she promotes everything.
Yeah, you definitely have to show them the value of what you're bringing.
But I mean, she already has a big following, so she's been doing
and then she's built a lot of relationships.
So she's been doing it. She's super consistent, so it's a lot that goes into, like, for us that we're doing the podcast, we try to be consistent because that's something that we're able to, like, bring to the table, like consistency, you know.
Yeah, honestly, we were just talking about that like a few hours ago. We were just like, man, it's crazy how a lot of the things that we do today have been because of the podcast, or like the connections that we built. Like me working with Faith,
it's been because of the podcast.
Right. Oh,
like
really?
I connected with her because of another guest.
Oh, right. You told me that. Yeah.
And that's how I ran into Faith, and then we brought her on as a guest.
Nobody like puts as much value on like networking as, or I feel like it's been said like, oh, networking, but nobody's really talks about like how beneficial it is to make like just like tiny connections and then see it pay out. Like it could be not immediately, but it's like way down the road.
It's different now though, because whenever I was at U of H, I remember they had a networking night. And so I went. And like they said, like wear formal clothes, whatever. And then I went, and it's just like, it's like if you go to a networking event now, like in the space that we're in, like the media space. You want to go on a break, and then we
you can talk about the.
Yeah. Let's go on a break, and then we'll continue this right now.
Back,
all right. Remember in the beginning, he had to go to the restroom, so he'd do this?
Yeah, he used to do this. Because
like
in school, they teach you to go like this.
That's cute.
Instead of saying, your legs are crossed, you have to go like this. So he would put his hand.
Just the hand?
Like, and he would put the hand,
So we'll be like, go, bro.
Yeah, we'll be like, just go to the restroom.
He's potty trained now, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know the ages on that.
He was potty trained when he was like 2 already. So, but then he started school like at 3, like when he turned 3. But it was half days. And then that's when they showed him the thing, and it just kind of stuck.
Kid ages, like,
throw you off.
I'm so bad at them. Like, I can look at a kid that's like, I mean, I don't even know. Like, I'll look at a kid that's like 3, and I'm like,
oh, he's 5.
No, yeah, maybe, or like, yeah, basically. I'm like, yeah, older.
Yeah, no,
you're like 10 years old.
I'm pretty bad with that
like,
too.
How old's your son?
He's 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would think like, I don't know. That's pretty. I usually would just say everyone's 5. Like all the kids are like 5.
Well, like a lot of his classmates are taller than him though.
Yeah.
And
I
so
didn't see him full. He was under the couch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh sorry. He se metió abajo del couch.
Oh my God.
He does that to scare people.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, really what are you doing? Every time I'm like, stop doing that. Just say hi when people come in.
Or he'll hide behind the couch, and then he'll just be like, but he's normally super shy.
See, so I love when kids are like, they're actually outgoing, because I don't do well with like shyer kids, because I'm like one of those shy adults to kids.
Yeah.
So I'll just talk to them like an adult. Like I feel like my friends are really good with kids, and they're like, hey, playful and stuff, and I'm like, hey, and then they're just staring at me, and my friend Rollie, her daughter just started to be really like outgoing, so she's been super cute lately. But otherwise she was like super shy, and I get stage fright. Like the way that they just look at you, like they're just like waiting for you of something, or like, or just judging you. Like they just look at you like you're an idiot. Yeah.
Did you save the video?
What video?
The toddler one?
Which one? Oh yeah. It's like these grown men, right? And it's like, there's a TikTok video, and it says like kids when you walk past them at the park or something. So it's like a guy on a swing, and he's just like staring at the camera, like, you know, like kids do that, you know?
Yeah. Dirty looks.
And I'm just like, oh my God, it's just like they're staring at you, like it's like, you know, you're walking by them.
And then you give them the like, just like the polite smile.
Like on Easter, your cousin's son, it's the Jasmine's son. Like everybody was over there, and I was talking to the husband, her cousin's husband, and then the baby came over here, and he was by me, and I'm like, great, bro. I'm like, now I'm like responsible to make sure he doesn't fall or something, you know. So I'm just like, go over there and go with your mom, you know, and then I just push him that way.
No, but it's funny because somehow kids like either they are scared of him.
Kids like Virgo men.
Or they'll gravitate towards him, and I'm just like you know, if
Yeah.
sometimes mainly like the little girls, like they like going with him. I don't know because they think it's dad or something. I don't know.
That's
I don't know.
cute.
Maybe I give
But-
up though. Maybe
safe.
Milo speaks high of me.
Yeah, but they do love Milo, so I feel like that's why
okay.
they do gravitate towards us.
That's
I'm great with
cute.
kids, so
I'm good with like tweens and up. Like I'm really good with teenagers.
What's a tween?
Like
Like
11.
early teen? Oh.
Like their brain is starting to develop.
yeah, they're
like
not,
they can have a
Yeah,
conversation.
it's like 11, 10,
you know,
right?
yeah.
Or 12.
Yeah, if I can like, cause like kids at that age are kind of looking more for like someone to talk to. Like you know, they're not
Like
as
Melody.
shy.
Is that like Lulu's son?
No, yeah, or like Melody. Yeah.
Or
like
Melody not a
confide
teen?
in.
She's a teen.
Oh, she just turned 13, yeah.
Oh yeah, 13. That's like.
But yeah,
great
you could hold a
age.
conversation with her like
Yeah.
like
They'll be like relatively honest with you because they're not like talking to their parents, you know.
yeah.
So
They think they're your friend.
Yeah. Or they think they're so mature, so they're like, we're cool.
Yeah.
You know,
And I'm like, right, but I will protect you.
you know, growing up, like you never want to be that guy or that uncle or whatever that's like, you know, when I was your age, you know you're
Yeah.
old when you start saying stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I caught myself saying stuff like that to our niece.
Yeah. But
Like-
she's the oldest.
And I'll be like, man, like, cause she was having trouble in school and stuff, and then I would tell her, I'm like, you know, when I was in school, you know, I didn't care about boom, 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 so
Yeah.
you shouldn't either, you
He
know.
was giving him the
Oh.
old.
And she's like,
Like-
oh, you're that uncle right now, you know.
Yeah.
But I was kind of drunk, so I'll be like, I'm not trying to be that uncle, but I'm
You
just
were that
but I was being
He
that.
was that uncle. I'm just like, so cringe, babe. Like, why would you do
I'm like,
that?
I'm just trying to talk to her. I'm like, who else is talking to her right now?
Yeah,
Like,
because she's the
Just trying to have a conversation.
yeah, because all the
Be real
little
with
kids
her.
are like little, and she's literally the oldest and the only one her age.
Yeah,
so she doesn't
so-
have anybody like to talk to.
And
really.
how old is she?
She's just turned 13.
Yeah.
So
13
she's
is such an awful age too.
yeah. So and then my sister, she's just like
Like, as a
terrible, and so she just loves coming here. And I'm like, well, why do you like coming here? You know? And she's like, I'm like, you don't do anything here. She's like, I know, I just.
They just like to be out. I don't know. I just feel for that time. I think I hated being that age.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you have so many feelings and emotions, and you're going through puberty and all that awful
Yeah.
stuff.
I love.
So they're
my
just
age
easier to
when I
talk
was that
to.
age.
Nobody understands them, you know. So
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was saying, like, man, imagine when Milo, like, he's 5. I'm like, when he turns, you know, there's a stage in time in your life whenever, like, you're just trying things. I remember one of my friends, like, growing up, he became, like, a punk rock kid, right?
Yeah.
And I'd be like, when did you like rock music like that? Or like, he, like, dye his hair all black. Or, I mean, not dye it, but just wear all black and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And I'm like, since when, you know? But then, like, now he's an adult, and then he just wears normal stuff. So I'm like, it was
really is a phase.
Yeah, it's a phase. So I'm like, I wonder what kind of phase he's
I feel
gonna
she
go through.
went through the raw phase.
I didn't get to, because again, I'm Hispanic.
The
okay,
raw
so I didn't get to. My dad.
Well, most
was
of them
super
are
strict.
the raw phase.
Really?
The raw thing, right?
Well,
Well, I think it's a mix.
my dad was super strict, so like I could not express myself like in the way I wanted to be raw. Okay, internally I was raw. Like I so bad. You know how like they did like the
little
fucking-
hair.
Sorry, can I cuss on you?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay. The you know the hair where it's like a million layers, and then like they put the feathers in. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, like that was just beautiful to me. I remember thinking that was so pretty. But it's like
That's so
2013,
funny.
2014, like that was the thing, right?
Yeah.
Like trends, you know.
Like
hopefully that
Tumblr
never
era
comes
and all that.
back.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. No, because she is younger.
And you know what? Some
oh yeah, it was different for you
Yeah,
guys.
I
Yeah,
was
the
like,
ages
yeah.
were different, so it's probably like
for us, whenever I guess
you know one of the
no.
most cringest things
Why?
that we did.
Did you press record?
Yeah, they're both
Oh,
recorded.
okay.
One
I
of the
didn't
most.
clap.
Yeah, I know. It's gonna start. One of the most cringe things that it's kind of like my idea because I saw it on Tumblr was like I got 2 shirts for us and it
Oh my
said
god,
like
that is
Oh, no.
so cringe.
I wore the shirt that said like hers and she
stop.
wore
Was it like
and then she wore the his and we had snapbacks.
No.
Yeah.
It's the snapbacks.
You
It
did not,
was a
you
It
did
was a
not have to
snapback era
share
shit.
that. That is so embarrassing.
Yeah. I don't know.
Wait, did you
And
guys
then-
you guys look down and put your feet together? Like
No, I didn't do all that.
No, we had
but
somebody
we
take a
we
picture.
but we held hands and we
Of
kissed
course.
and somebody I don't know who took the picture, but fuck, I'm sorry.
And then
know?
you put it on Instagram with like a million filters of like
them old like
you know?
just the 7 filters they had back in the day. That's it.
Dang. Yeah, that was cringe. That was
I got that
right
right I'm gonna post it.
Do not.
Throwback Thursday. Nah, people don't even do that no more either.
Those were the worst times. The best times were the worst.
Remember the TBT?
Yeah.
Was it To Be Honest? Wait, was it?
No,
Throwback
TBH
Thursday.
TBH, To Be Honest.
I never did that.
Oh my god!
You see,
and you're like, me, please
See,
rate me.
I never did that one.
Yeah, I did.
And
that
then you
one.
always like if I ever asked for like a TBH, I would always be disappointed in what they gave me. You're setting yourself up to get your feelings hurt.
I mean, what was it like? TBH, like you're pretty cool.
No, just like nothing mean, but it would never meet my expectations. You know?
You're cool to talk to.
I'd be like, to be honest.
Mine's met my expectation. They'd be like, "Oh, you're so pretty." I'm like,
you got pretty eyes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
honestly, it was that age. Okay, because it was like I was like 13, and then TBHs would come along, and then you'd ask for one, and I get one. I think it would be the basic like, "You're so pretty." I'm like, "You're lying. I'm ugly, and I was an ugly 13." Now I know you're lying.
For me, it
at
was
least
like,
say something like I'm funny or something.
For me, it was I always wanted to see them. You're so nice and easy to talk to. That's all I wanted.
Oh,
yeah, like because I always felt like I was nice
That's
to
not
everybody.
too much to ask either.
Like I always felt like I was nice to everybody, and I love talking to everybody. You know, so I had my clique of friends, but I was cool with everybody. You know, ask him. I had people offering to do my homework in high school, right? And he would get so mad at me, like because I was just so nice. Homework. I was just so nice.
Just jealous.
No,
Virgo and him.
You wouldn't be saying that if it was the other way.
because I was like, I literally would have like, two people that would be. I would treat them so nice in middle school, and then we ended up going to high school together. And one of them was like, I remember like she was like a straight up nerd, but we shared the same last name. So then I started saying that we were cousins. Aww, and they just wouldn't mess with her, you know? Aww. So then she started offering to do my homework. And I was just like...
She got cool points off of you?
I mean, I guess.
Wait, if you asked her right now, you think she'd agree with that story?
DJ? Yeah, you can ask her. Because
she felt she owed you a debt.
Like, name her like that?
I mean, she knows who she is.
That's
I don't
crazy.
think she watches the podcast.
Not everybody.
But yeah. I mean, you never know who's watching, right? But yeah, I had a lot of love for her. So, but she used to do my homework. And I was like, damn, that's dope. Like
that's like so transactional.
Huh?
It's not something to brag about.
No, what do you mean?
Like she used to do my homework. No, yeah, but it's like she used to do my homework.
If you had that, you would be like, yeah, that was cool.
No, if somebody did my homework, I'd have to like
but
double check.
Let me tell you, the only homework she did was essays.
Those are the best ones to have done, right?
Yeah, for me.
Was she good?
I hate writing. Yeah, I mean, I would pass. I had good grades, but I love doing my own math homework. But just my essays, she would take care of.
They make movies out of like when it goes wrong, though. Maybe that's like one of those like.
Yeah, I mean, if she copyrighted stuff, I wouldn't know because I would never proofread. Honestly, I trusted her, and I would just submit whatever she would give me, and I would get a good grade. So. Yeah, that was that.
So back to networking, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you're talking about at U of H, right?
Yeah, so at U of H, I had went to this like networking thing, and it was very formal. It was like, who the heck am I gonna talk to? Like, what do these people even do? Like, I don't even know what the hell I'm doing here. You know, I just thought it was like a good opportunity. But then if you go to a networking thing now, I don't even think people call it networking. It's just something you do when you go out. It's like. I'm not going to be like, hey, babe, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go network. Like, no, it's like, hey, I'm going to go to this event. And then whoever I see is, you know.
Yeah, that's super like traditional like sales thinking of like, I'm going to go to this networking event. I mean, they still call it that because, I mean, there has to be a word for it, right? But like, I feel like for me, college like scared me out of networking or like the word networking. Because it's like, then I'm thinking, oh, well, what do I say? Or like, it almost takes like the human part of it out where now I've learned it from like doing Amado, like how much it's not at all. Like, it's not like an elevator pitch or like, cause you know, they make you practice like, well, what's your elevator pitch or something like that. Like, and then you're like straight out of college, nothing. I don't have an elevator pitch at all, you know? Yeah. Like, oh, I'm a server. I'm a student, this old, like, I don't know what, So, but I feel like I've gotten used to it because it's really just like connecting with people,
and just having a conversation. Like,
it's
technically, this
asking
is
them questions. Like,
know?
exactly.
Yeah, so it's just like I mean, I don't think I ever went to like a networking event, but I did have sales jobs. So I feel like I was always talking to people. Yeah. However, now they do the whole like Jazzy's event. That was considered a networking event.
Yeah,
right.
I would say,
but
I definitely would consider it that if it wasn't.
Yeah, I would consider it. For me, I went with the mentality like I'm gonna go like instead of I'm gonna go network. I was like I'm gonna go meet some people. Because I had in mind like the people that I wanted to go that I knew were gonna go. Mm-hmm. So then I'm just
but it is easier now that we have.
Hell no, it's still hard for me to go
but
by
I'm saying
myself.
like, but it's like you're going with something like to offer or
well
to
now
show
for me, like now like I'm not gonna just show up and be like, oh, I'm Evelyn. Yeah. You know, now it's like, oh, I'm Evelyn. I'm part of Studio 1017. Like, we have a podcast. Yeah. You know, I have my brand.
Yeah, so it's like this
stuff
thing.
like that.
I've talked about it before, and then we had a guest. His name is David Tipping. We met him. I met him
he
like...
does coffee, too, but he just closed his coffee shop.
Yeah, Tipping... Well, he still does it, right?
Yeah, but like, just the brand, Tipping Point.
Tipping Point Coffee.
Wait, I have questions about that in a second. Okay. Go ahead.
And then, so I met him... I don't know. It was when hip hop was still like at the graffiti spot.
Oh yeah.
So it was like what 20. It was like when Milo. So like 2018, 2019. Uh-huh. And I met him. We exchanged numbers. Uh-huh. And we had him on, and I told him the story, and I'm like, yeah, bro, I got your number like in 2019, whatever, but I didn't have anything like to offer you, to text you about, to call. Like, so it's like it was kind of pointless that I got it, but I just had like a. No, I need to work with him somehow, but it never happened. But now that we have this, it's like our media, cool. Like our media.
It
like,
is media.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's a way for us to like get something done. At least like open that door, because now it's like I can just call him up and make something happen.
Yeah,
now,
because we are like with the podcast that helps us get to different.
This is our networking right here.
Yeah, this is our like our networking, right? But. You know, we're so like we're everywhere. Like we are in the fitness world. You know, we're in like the fitted hats, the vintage community. Like we just connect with a lot of people because of this. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
But what were we gonna ask about the branding? Because you said,
okay. I was just because you said he closed. And wait, is that what you're asking? Yeah. Like you said, he closed, but what was he?
He had a
coffee
shop,
he had a store called Tipping Point.
Yeah.
And then inside was like you enter the store, and the very first thing you see is like a little coffee stand, and that was Tipping Point Coffee. So, but he has an Instagram page for it, so it's like Tipping Point Coffee is like inside of.
Cart?
No, it's like a little
bar.
Yeah, it's a little bar and stuff. So it's like Tipping Point Coffee is inside Tipping Point the store. So you'd go in,
What is Tipping Point?
So it's like he would sell streetwear, or he would hold a lot of events there. So it's like hat club, like the whole fitted hat stuff. Like they would go to his spot and host like a big event. Yeah. Like the line would form. Like it was right there on Travis.
Yeah,
on
like here in Houston, like he's like an OG.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
So for him, whenever we had him on the podcast, like he was on what was that show? He's on HBO. Like he had an episode that he came out on.
Anthony Bourdain. He was with Anthony Bourdain. He showed Anthony Bourdain. But I don't know. You don't know Anthony Bourdain? Do you know?
I probably do if I saw a picture.
Yeah, if I show you a picture, you probably know.
Yeah.
But so Anthony Bourdain, he would travel the world, right?
Yeah.
He passed away already. But he came to Houston, and then he had David show him around. So David showed him like Slim Thug and like all these people, cool. You know. But Anthony Bourdain is like this. Where's he from? I don't even know where he's from.
I didn't even know about him until he told me we were gonna have David on, and I was like, okay. He's like, oh yeah, he had Anthony, and I'm like, I don't know who that is.
Him? Do you know him?
Oh. Okay. Yes.
He had a show. Yeah.
Show him.
He's like,
here's you know what I'm saying? You know who it is?
Yeah. So he would travel the world and like eat like different things.
I didn't know he had tattoos.
Oh yeah, I guess he. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. That's a cool guy.
I did not know that. That's really cool. I was just asking because I just like to see how people do different things with like coffee and stuff like that.
Yeah, so there's Slow Drip. Have you heard about them? Mm-mm. They just opened up. They're having a grand opening, which I was gonna tell you about, but I don't know if we can make it. Yeah, I think it's tomorrow.
Is Ronnie going? I'm pretty sure she's going.
She's probably going, yeah. But we get invited by Semillas. Jackie? But
that?
anyways, it's to that. It's a grand opening, and it's called Slow Drip.
Okay.
And it's
Okay.
and he what?
No, is slow drip coffee a thing?
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I told him.
Well, because they
it's-
Well,
guys.
no, it's not.
like
It's not
they
called
literally
slow-
go drop by drop like that.
No,
No,
not
no,
like
no.
that.
That's what you were
It's-
saying.
Are you
I
talking about like a
said-
pour over?
I don't know.
Babe, I told
I'm not a
you
coffee
that
guy.
it was like some little swirly things, and it's just like, dripping.
Oh, like a
Like
Right?
an espresso?
like.
No, it's
Wait,
just like-
is there?
It comes
is
out
there
of a little
glass?
thing.
I'm gonna
Is
just
there
show ya.
glass up here, and then there's like a?
Yes.
It's like
yeah.
Dexter's
It's called
laboratory type.
a siphon.
I
Look up
Well, it's 'cause-
siphon.
well, it's 'cause-
Here,
SIPHON.
I'll show y'all like how he.
Oh, okay.
how
So
it
their thing
looks.
is like slow drip, right? So I was like, oh, it's slow drip because it's like Houston, like screwed up, dripping candy paint type shit, And she's like, no, it's literally
Oh, yeah,
slowly
slow
dripping the
drip.
coffee, and I'm
Let me
like,
see.
but their branding is
That's
all
the
like
thing.
Texas.
That's the place. Like if you look at
Oh,
it,
cool.
so you can see where are they? Oh, you see in the back. Oh, you couldn't really see.
I actually can.
That's pretty fast, babe.
Oh, you see it in the back. Oh, you can't.
I think that's just. I don't know what that is.
Here,
Those
it's,
just-
it,
I mean, is there
and
like
then
pictures?
the
I'm pretty sure there's,
I
like,
don't think
pictures.
there's a picture, but are they? So this is their logo. Is that like the thing that you're talking about?
No.
That's so they have that little swirly thing and that's dripping the coffee.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've.
But
seen
it's not
that.
like you're not gonna wait for
That's not how they do
500
everything.
drops.
There's no way
Okay,
they
you
do
see
it.
in
I
the
love
very
coffee.
okay. I'm gonna play this one again, and in the back you
She's
can
like, that's
see.
why. She's like, that's why they take so long.
I didn't say
Oh.
that,
Like that's why the coffee takes so long because it's dripping.
babe. No,
So
You did say this.
that's not true.
I think this is a type of siphon. Basically, it doesn't have any effect.
We're about to get copyright. You see that in the back?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was trying to
It's
explain.
like
to him.
it's like a straw where it's like
But it's dripping slowly into the other one at the bottom, and that's why I was like, "Oh, slow drip." That's where they get it from.
can't be. I'm not saying like they take long, like bad customer service. I just mean
No.
like the coffee itself, like
Yes, but I'm sure that they have some ready to go already,
Oh,
and
that-
it's just
Yeah.
there like doing while they're already have a fresh batch. I don't know. I don't know how coffee works.
I don't think
I'm
people.
sure
want-
once you guys go, you'll.
Yeah.
Have you ever had? Have you ever had?
Well, go
But
check it out.
I
and, you
bet
know.
in the back, I really don't think they probably do like that much different. Like those look like siphon in the back, but siphons are more like. I really don't think it has that big of a difference in like the brewing process. Pour over versus like a coffee machine tastes different. You know what a pour over is?
No.
It's like if you ever see people where they put a mug and then they put like this contraption and like cone on the top, and then they pour with like hot water.
No.
Okay. It's called what did I call it? I just
Pour
forgot.
over?
Pour over. It's called a pour over coffee.
Is it like what's it? Well, yeah, because they have the undertow at Starbucks. I don't go to Starbucks, but they had an undertow, and I seen how they do it, and like they pour the milk over a spoon, an upside down spoon.
She's laughing like if you're saying something.
No, go ahead.
Is that a thing? Like, is
Wait,
that like
what
a
are you
technique?
calling it? An undertow?
Yeah, an undertow.
Who told you that?
It's just
Who taught you that?
my cousin. I don't know.
Yeah, his cousin said, "Oh, it's like on the secret menu or something because it's not on
The
their
way that they
regular
pour
menu.
the milk on.
No,
No.
name.
So it's a shot of espresso with like flavor, like it could be a
something, I don't
vanilla
know.
or whatever,
Yeah.
and then like the milk over. So like the milk sits on top of the.
Are you sure?
You know
It's
what's so funny? That's called a John Wayne.
A John Wayne.
Yeah. So I don't know what
Undertow?
your cousin's talking about, but
Yeah, because then you take the shot and it's like hot and
it's
then
like
cold.
a shot. Yeah, it's very good. It's
It's
super
what is
good.
what's called? What is it
Never
called?
had it.
It's called a John Wayne.
Babe, have you ever go to Starbucks and ask for an undertow? Because if you did, oh my god.
No, I got in line one time and
What
I was
does
like,
that
I'm not. I
mean?
don't know.
Undertow.
Imagine
like-
if you would have gone and asked for one.
But
So
like,
embarrassing.
You should
okay.
try.
Nah, no.
Yeah.
Well, she's
like,
a barista.
I've been
She's
talking
a-
about
she's a
this since we
bartender.
started the
She's a
podcast.
bartender.
I've never
who
gone.
knows? All of it's.
She's a bartender.
Okay.
And so I think that's where she got
Oh,
the
maybe
name
it's a
from.
bar term, like the way that they pour
Make it.
something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
maybe that's what it is.
If you look it up on Google, it tells you what it like.
That's what it is?
Starbucks.
Oh, so then I don't know.
Not like toe, like your fat toe, but like
Obviously.
TOW under toe.
So going into coffee,
Okay.
tell us what you got going on with coffee.
Yes. So, so I own Amado Coffee. We're a coffee cart, a mobile coffee cart. Yeah, we've been catering weddings, corporate events, we go to Carbach markets.
Yeah.
Where's Carbach? Does it say it? Oh.
Yeah,
right
there we go.
So what made you get into coffee? You love coffee apparently, or what?
So, I mean, I've always loved coffee. I was a barista when I was 16. So, but it was I'm by no means like a coffee snob. Like, as you can tell, it's not like I know exactly what you're talking about with all things coffee.
Yeah.
Because there are some people that are like, coffee is like their
take
hobby.
It, like, yeah. Oh, okay.
It's like coffee is their hobby. Like, they like to learn about it and stuff. And I like to learn about it. There's a lot I do need to learn. But, because it's like, it's pretty scientific, like brewing and all that stuff. But I learned the basics at like a Starbucks in Barnes and Noble. Have y'all ever been to like in Barnes and Noble? I worked at the Starbucks like inside there. So I didn't work at like one of those fast paced ones. It was more of like it kind of had like chill. A cafe feel, but it was Starbucks coffee.
Yeah.
So I never like grew up on learning like all the fancy stuff. Like if you worked at like a cool coffee shop, it was just like books and like old people coming in and getting their usual and stuff like that.
Yeah. That's so cool. I love Barnes & Noble.
Yeah, me too. I love Barnes & Noble. But the reason I really got into coffee, and I don't really remember like when I got a dream to like have a coffee shop and like just like be in this area, but I feel like I've just always had the dream. And so I don't know, I think it started I guess when I was 16 and just like at Starbucks.
And do you feel like you have like, you know, I feel like I need to know as much as I need to know like to have a coffee thing.
Wait, what?
Like, you know how you said, like, you don't know everything about coffee or you're not, like, a coffee person? Like, do you feel like people might look at you like, why are you opening a coffee thing if you don't know? Yeah.
So, okay, there's a few things to that question. Yeah, I don't know everything about coffee, but there's also, like, so many different kinds of coffee shops. Like, you can have, like, those coffee shops that they're there for the people that don't really care about coffee. They just like sweet drinks, or like they like to put all the flavors and all that like fun stuff in there. There's like those people. Like, Starbucks is its own thing, right? Because it's like its own brand, its own thing. Like, but like Dutch Bros, I guess, you know, you go there because they have like a bunch of stuff on their menu. They have a bunch of different flavors, so you can try a bunch. And then there's like specialty coffee shops, which is like, have you ever been to like Blacksmith?
No.
Okay. There's a bunch of specialty coffee shops in Houston. Like,
and those are the ones that like if you go in, and because when we talked to David, like he said that he wants the coffee community like to be like welcoming to people that don't know. So like if we went to he's like, if you were to come to mine, like I'd explain to you like, you know, the different types of stuff. But then like he feels that there are some shops where, like, let's say me, I don't know anything about coffee. I might go in somewhere and be like, can I get, you know, whatever? And they'll be like, what the, like you don't know, like, what to get, you know? That's why I'm scared of Starbucks.
Yeah.
No. I got her Starbucks for, what was it, for Valentine's Day? Remember?
I don't remember.
Yeah, and I was, like, so nervous. I was like, no, for your birthday.
Oh, yeah, it was for my birthday.
Yeah, because it was, like, the seasonal coffee.
Yeah, and I was just like,
the lady's like, I can't help you. Just get her this. I'm like,
okay. Well, with that being said, I was gonna ask you about. We're going to talk about the one from LA, the coffee shop. Okay. But we're gonna go on a quick break. We'll be back.
Okay.
And we are back, guys. So I was gonna tell you, I know you wanted to answer his question about the coffee, but we also, I guess the question was about the whole feeling welcome, right?
No. It was about, you're talking about like the experience thing?
I mean,
like
what was your question?
Having all this.
I have the answer. It was basically about coffee shops. Like, oh, don't you have to know a lot or something like that?
Do you think people expect you, since you have a coffee thing, like, or let's say other coffee people. Let's say other coffee people.
Would they judge me because I'm
be
not
like,
a
okay,
coffee...
she's not a coffee girl.
Like how is the coffee community business?
So I think I have kind of mixed answer. No, I have a one-way answer. It's good. like, I think it's good. I think if anyone that is like a specialty coffee shop, or my experience with like mobile coffee carts, they're very like collaborative, and they're welcoming, and they're definitely there to like share their like their advice or like their past experience. Like they're usually very transparent. You know, you have like your people here and there that might not be, but for the most part, I think the coffee community is like super helpful and nice. Because I've met some other mobile coffee carts, and they've just been like one of them made like a whole group chat with like Houston coffee carts.
Oh, that's nice.
So if somebody can't take like an event, they'll be like, hey, I have this client asking for a coffee cart, like is anybody available like that weekend? And then somebody will take it or whatever. So it's like super collaborative. Wow. And it's because like they don't have like that chip on their shoulder of like there's like a lack of business, because there's like a bunch of business. You just have to find it. Yeah. And then it's like you can't be in one place at one time, because, you know, if you're coffee catering, it's like, oh, I have this wedding, like there's no way I can help you out on another day. So there's always business to be.
So what about I'm glad to hear that in the coffee community it's like that, because I can tell you one community that is not like that, and it's the vintage one.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I saw like some crazy like I've seen some posts of like there's like drama or stuff like that here
like,
and there.
I just feel like the vintage community is very like they gatekeep, you know, like it's just like they won't tell you where they source, which by all means, you know, it's business, you know, like because if somebody likes you more than the other person, then they'll give you where to go. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm glad that it's like that. That it's not like that in the coffee community, because it's good to see whenever there's businesses or little, you know, worlds, because technically that's like the coffee world, right? Yeah. Or like photography is the same way. I feel like photography is really good at with others helping each other out.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I think it might be because it's like it's a service base versus like a product base, or it's like,
oh, you think that's what it is?
It might be because
it could be that, like, and when it's a service based like business, maybe that's why others are more willing to help.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I haven't been on like
maybe
other industries. I'm trying to think of other like service industries,
like barbering and stuff. Or like that's a service.
Is that competitive?
Right. No.
Or like close off?
No, because I feel like it's just one of those things, like, you know, if you're good, like your clients are gonna come back. You know.
And the thing is like for coffee, whether you're a mobile coffee cart or like a coffee shop, I'm gonna use a coffee shop as like the main one. There is always a need for coffee, like that doesn't go away. Yeah. And then it's really based off like location, to be honest. Like maybe one day I'm gonna go out of my way to like get this coffee that I really love, but for the most part, like if you're by me and I like your coffee, like I'm gonna go there a lot. Like, or if I'm around the area and I'm like, oh, I want a coffee, like you go to the place that's nearest to you. You don't you're not like loyal to it. Yeah. Like I think it depends. If it's like a vintage person, I could see them having their customers having a loyalty to them because it's like they pick the best shit. Like they know, you know?
Yeah.
No, yeah, for sure. I feel like it's hold on. Do you want a quick break really quick?
I can go.
You can say.
All right.
Okay. Sorry, guys.
No, you're good.
No, I was gonna pick up on that though, is that I feel like coffee, okay, so when are you most active? Like, or where do you like serve people?
So my continuous one has been Carbach, and I really am like settling into that. I really love the crowd there. I love the environment, and then I also like I've really gotten to know like the workers, like they know me now, which is cool because I'm gonna start popping up for their marathons in the morning, so like 5 a.m. whenever they do like marathons. They really were looking for a coffee person, so I'm gonna start doing that one. But I just really like the environment there. It's really like, it's people having a good time, you know, and I always know what I'm going to get. Whereas like if I do another market, I don't always know like how the crowd's going to be. Like Shop Local is very established. So they have people coming in, they have an audience on Instagram that will like go out. Yeah. But, it's kind of like a risk to do other markets, I feel like. So my marketing has been farmers markets, and then the rest of my business is like catering. So you have to like book.
Yeah,
and
like
I'll do like
events and
weddings
stuff.
or events. And
So is it like, I guess growing up, it's like, to me, coffee is like a morning thing, right? But it's like, it's not necessarily that, right? It's like at any time of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
because whenever, so we just came back from Cancun, right? We took my mom like for her birthday and stuff, and then when we did, you ever been to Cancun? Like, did you ever do is it Xochimilco, the one where it's like you're on a boat?
Oh no, I've never done that.
Is that Xochimilco? I think that's what it is. But you're on the boat or whatever, right? And then so you're like going around this I guess it's a river, and then like you stop at different spots, and it's like different types of music,
Oh, that's cool.
And but while you're on the boat, like you're partying, you're drinking, taking shots, and at some point during the night, like let's say we've already taken shots and we've had beers, and the guy's like, all right, we're gonna bring some coffee, and I'm like, what? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm just like, that's the first time that I ever thought like I can have coffee after drinking.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like a
it's
good thing,
common. Yeah.
but it felt good. I was like, when I drank the coffee, I was like,
levels,
oh, I'm up, like because I was already kind of like tired, and then I'm like, all right, I'm up,
those, Yeah.
So now it's like, because I'm telling her, like, I used to think coffee was just like a morning thing. But her events are like, at any time, right? I mean,
and at weddings, a lot of people like it for the end of the reception because everyone's been drinking. And usually, if you go to weddings, you drive. You don't usually Uber because it's like a far drive. Like they're usually out of their way.
Yeah.
So somebody's driving. So somebody's a DD or somebody's deciding to like not drink that much or whatever. But they like to like just drink coffee at the end of the night to like come back, and then you boot them out, basically.
So
a lot of people have
yeah.
like that. And I don't know if it's a Mexican thing or not, but I have gotten a lot of Mexican families that are interested in coffee in general, which is really cool.
Yeah, well, I feel like it's because Mexicans drink a lot of coffee.
Yeah, and I didn't realize that. I didn't know that was like a market, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah. So I thought.
Well, I
that
guess
was really
I wouldn't
cool.
think. I wouldn't think it either, but I can see how it is.
Yeah.
Because they do drink a lot of coffee.
So what kind of coffee do you like serve?
Like iced lattes, hot.
He doesn't know what
hot
that
ice.
is.
Yes, I do.
Oh,
Iced latte?
What
It's
is
like
it?
an iced coffee.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's like I know like one's hot, one's cold, right? So it's like there's lattes, and then there's what's the other one?
What? Like a iced one?
No, like there's lattes, and then there's
Cappuccino.
cappuccinos. Yeah, so like one is hot, one's cold,
No.
right? No, you can both be hot, both be cold.
Yeah, technically.
I don't know anything.
So, okay, so I have a full mobile espresso bar. So I have the espresso machine. Espresso machine can make lattes, Americanos, cappuccinos. There's something called a cortado. There's something called a flat white. All of those, it gets really murky, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like if you don't care about coffee, all you need to know is a latte has the most milk and a cappuccino just has like more foam. But they all have milk and they all have espresso. It's about like the ratio to the espresso.
And that's what it's based on. That it's what it is.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Would you compare it to like a bartender, right? Where it's like, you go to different bars, and it's like if I order a certain drink here, it's different than if I order a certain drink here. Like you kind of like taste the difference, like.
I used to be a bartender too. So are you saying like the
Like
same?
if you make the same.
Like if I get a Jack and Coke,
Yeah.
at bar A, it's gonna taste a little different than bar B. It's like
It shouldn't.
Yeah, it shouldn't, but it does sometimes.
Well,
like,
that just might be because they're like free pouring instead of using like a jigger.
Because I mean the times that we've had them were like a quick whatever, and
Yeah,
it's just like,
yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
like, oh shit.
I mean, that's just based on the bartender.
Yeah.
To be
Okay.
honest, if you get a
Okay.
Jack and Coke, it should taste like a Jack and Coke in the next place.
Yeah, no. Sometimes it'd be like.
It'd be
fuck.
like-
But I do
Just-
agree that if you go to different
Like
in
if
the
you-
same way,
like if you
somebody
get
can make it
like
worse.
a vanilla cappuccino, right?
Yeah.
It should taste the same everywhere
should.
you go.
Yeah. Yeah, but also no, because
'Cause
they
if they use
could
different
use different
ingredients,
milks.
Oh, yeah, I see what
their
you're
espresso
saying.
beans might be different. Their espresso machine might not be as good. Like all those things play a fact. Like how I said it was like scientific a little bit. Like the heat of your water matters. Like the quality of your water matters. like how long you pull a shot.
Yeah.
That matters.
But it's as long as your product is consistent. That's
yeah,
what
I think
matters, right?
consistency is the best. Because I mean, when you go somewhere like, if you go somewhere like, especially a coffee shop, and because we have a coffee shop that we love and we go like at least once a week, and shout out to the Fix, support small businesses. It's in Montrose. So like, if I go there one day and the weekend crew is not as good as the week crew, like, and that's kind of a fact. They make our lattes really good during the week, but if you have the weekend crew, it's like something's like a little bit off.
Okay, I was about to say that. Yeah, like, and
it kind of pisses me off because if you expect something and then it doesn't.
Like, I'm coming here because I like this, and
like you get that first sip, and you're like, oh my god, it's gonna be a good Saturday. Like, and like you have your little $7 latte, and you're like, let's go home. And it's like just a waste of money, but it's just like, I mean, it's not right, but it is a lot of money. So
can you go over like your menu kinda, because there's a drink that I didn't even tell him about, because I tried for the first time I tried your coffee was at the Provocative event.
Oh yeah, what did you get?
I think you had the horchata, but it was, what was it? Was it strawberry?
Oh, strawberry horchata.
Oh my god, it was so good. And then at Carbog, but you just had the regular one, right? Mm-hmm. It was still really good.
Yeah.
So I didn't even tell him, like, she mixed that. Like, how do you do that one? Or is it a secret ingredient? You don't have to say exactly.
I'll tell you guys off camera because you're gonna laugh.
But it's horchata, right?
It's horchata
with coffee.
Yeah, it's horchata with
That was the
espresso.
first time I saw that. Like, when I went there, and I'm like,
really?
What? I love
They're
horchata.
actually pretty popular.
But again, we don't go to.
Oh, that's true. They're pretty popular,
like
but they're like, mine's good. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like,
no, yeah, I really enjoyed.
And the strawberry like adds something to it too.
Yeah, because whenever I got it at Carbach, I had gave one of the girls like from Pop Soap. I was like, here, try it. She's like, oh my god, it's so good.
Oh, the girl at Pop Soap was so sweet.
Yeah, Jem. So she went and she bought a coffee, and she's like, I was thinking about it, but I was gonna get a beer, but I'm like, look, try it. And she tried. She's like, oh, I'm gonna give me one. So she went to go get one, and I was just like, it's really good. Like. But again, we don't go to coffee shops, so when I saw it, I'm like, oh shit, that's so smart. You know, like, horchata coffee, but I guess it's common.
Yeah, it's common. I originally wanted to like do only Latino flavors, but then I decided like there's just so many flavors that I want to do. I haven't been experimenting that much because usually like for events I keep it pretty simple, like unless they request for a fancy drink. Like I have a wedding in November, and their wedding theme is like Harry Potter a little bit.
Oh my god, I love that.
They said just hints of Harry Potter, so we'll see. But I was like, okay, well, let's make like a featured drink. So we're gonna do like a butterbeer. So that's gonna be super fun. So I like that, but for mainly events, it's just like basic.
So
stuff.
are you gonna come up with a flavor for that, or is just like one of your menus is like gonna be, oh, I'm gonna just call this one butterbeer?
No, butterbeer is it's like hazelnut and no, I think it's toffee nut and caramel. I think. I need to.
So
play
do you
with the
feel like
again.
being a bartender before helps a lot with the coffee now?
I think my speed, yes, because whenever I was a bartender, like having like drinks at the well, like, yeah, you gotta like be fast, and I'm good at remembering what people order and like their specifics and stuff like that. So I think the bartender, like being a bartender, helped. And then that's pretty much.
Because I was gonna tell you, like I didn't realize like, you know, everything that goes into coffee.
When
and then I was
watching.
just like, how do you do it? Like I was literally just
You're
like
wow. I love an audience. You know what's great though is that's like one of my favorite things at the market, because I think I don't realize how many people really don't know much about coffee, and when they are like amazed, it's the best feeling in the world, because I'm doing something so basic, like literally anybody can do it. It's so stupid, like it's so easy to do.
Yeah.
But when you don't know, it's like whoa, and then the espresso comes out, and you're like wow.
Yeah.
And then you pour the milk.
And I'm just like.
But they look different. I mean, the Scots. The husband and wife on
Wait,
Instagram.
They're from here, from Houston.
Yeah, they're from Houston.
They're on
What's her name?
TikTok.
Christy, right?
Yeah,
Christy is the wife. She's like the more famous one, but they're called the Scots, right? But he has what is that?
I don't
espresso
know.
machine?
I don't know.
That's the one, but
I
it
just
has
have
like a bunch of
Keurig.
like. It has like a bunch of like the little straw. It has like all.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
have
big
that.
machine, and I'm just like, man, that's crazy.
Well, she has a big machine. Like
I'm pretty sure it's the same one, right?
she
No,
was there
probably
at
not.
Arbach when you
I don't know.
went.
I don't remember.
I'll
I
be there in
remember
2
seeing-
weeks. If you go in 2 weeks.
Oh
to the
yeah,
hot
we're
sauce
gonna
fest.
set up with the candy.
If you come
And-
to the hot sauce,
Yeah.
then
I'll get a
I'll
coffee.
try
Are you
Yeah,
gonna
I'll
have
give you
your
a coffee.
chata one?
huh?
Are you gonna have?
Yeah, I want to
okay.
keep that one, but I also want to do some spring like flavors. I don't
Yeah.
know yet what.
That's a spring flavor. That's an all year flavor.
It is an all year flavor.
I was gonna tell you café de olla. I'm pretty sure he told
Why
you
does that
right.
sound
No. So I
You didn't
haven't.
tell
No, but
okay.
that's what I was gonna get to that.
Oh my
'cause-
god, I know the giant conchas.
No.
Oh.
No, like so I've
How
never.
you-
I would
sorry.
never drink coffee, right? So it's like.
No, he would never drink
Whenever
coffee.
she'd get like the little Starbucks pods or whatever, like, and I was like, you know what? I don't know what to drink. Just
Well,
give me black
Hold
coffee.
on.
Like,
the Starbucks things that I get is literally like medium roast, but it's 2 times caffeine, and I put it in my Keurig, but I mix it with my caramel protein.
Okay.
So it's like an iced caramel coffee or whatever. That's the only way I'll drink it.
yeah.
But because when I drink black coffee, it has to be with pan bolillo.
Okay.
Like that's because my family's Salvadorian. So if I drank coffee, it was like the black coffee, pero con pan bolillo.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the only way.
Yeah, so it's like I've never
But,
drank coffee,
yeah.
so like I was like, just give me the strongest one because I like caffeine, right? So,
So
I'm like,
then we got the espresso one, the little espresso one
Yeah.
from. It's a yellow label.
Uh-huh.
I say
the
cafe
cafe
something.
bistro. I don't know what.
Ucel, I don't know. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
It's like a
forgot, I
yellow.
forgot.
Like they have like they did a pop up here. Like,
Okay.
It was like a big thing, but
But like,
anyways.
yeah,
it was an
my point is
espresso
that like
shot.
that's the only time I drank coffee, right? It's like black
Yeah.
coffee, so it has no
okay.
flavors. It's just like
like
nasty ass
straight
coffee.
up trying to drink caffeine.
Oh,
And,
For
uh,
him, yeah.
And then we went to Cancun. So when they gave us the coffee, it was café de olla, and it's
Okay.
pretty much coffee with like
Cinnamon
sticks in it, and then
manzanilla, like
And man,
In
it
the
was,
coffee?
yeah, like literally the way they make it in the big olla.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's why it's cafe de olla. But I feel like you can also make it
That's really
if you
cool.
find a way around
I was
it.
like, oh my god,
That's
it's
pretty
so
cool.
good. I was like,
yeah.
wow.
You
like,
should look into it.
and
Like
then
I
my
bet
mom
you-
made some.
Yeah.
It's because it's sweet, you know.
Now
but it's,
you say it, I know what it is.
I'm like, oh my god, like, but then we told my mom, like, man, it's so good. And then this past weekend,
Yeah.
she made some again, and my brother's like, oh yeah, said she flow, like she's all spoiled now because we said it's so good, you know.
But it was his mom made it really sweet.
It was good enough for me. I was like,
Yeah,
it's
but
good.
to me it was like you know, I don't know about coffee, so I feel like when we went to Mexico and they made it, obviously they must have made a lot, and I don't know if they had it
Yeah.
running the whole time and it was hot, but I heard that when you reheat coffee it gets
Oh, yeah, it's not.
yeah, right. So
Yeah.
then whenever we
well, that's what
tried
Erica
it,
would do.
yeah, Erica did that, which was weird because we didn't even know you could reheat coffee.
Yeah, like
we didn't
she
even
was
know.
drinking coffee, one of our guests, and then she'd be like, can you go reheat this for me? And I'm like, all right.
But she would add she was adding alcohol to it. It was so
Oh,
weird.
okay.
It was so weird, right?
Oh, you
'Cause
should
she
do
was
that.
like,
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
that's
I mean,
weird.
y'all like espresso martinis?
I've never had it.
Never had it, yeah.
Those are good.
Yeah, we've
Those
never
are
had
very
it.
I've
good.
only had black coffee and café de olla. That's it.
We're
So you
super
only
basic.
drink black coffee?
No,
Or when
I
you
don't
drink
drink coffee at all. It's
No,
just
it's just
like
because
now it's
he
like I know
thinks-
what to
he
ask
always
for.
thought like coffee tasted nasty, so he's like, if I'm gonna
Oh.
drink it, it's gonna be just straight like caffeine.
Just give
right?
me the nasty shit, but just
The
let it wake me up.
like the espresso shot, basically.
Yeah, for utility.
yeah.
Well, no.
I
not
guess
espresso.
to like
But
wake
yeah, I know
up
what you mean.
in his head, right? But
Yeah.
like that's the only way. But for me,
In
I'll
my
drink
head,
it
yeah.
with I'll do like an iced coffee. Like I'll do the caramel
Yeah.
protein with the regular coffee.
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
that's how I would drink it. But he just was like, no, it's nasty.
Yeah, but café. No,
But
I
then we
mean-
tried the café de olla, and it was really good.
No, that sounds good.
Oh yeah, so we
So-
had it at the in Xochimilco, right? That's what it's called.
Yeah,
At the boat, and then we had it again at
Escaret.
Xcaret at the
Yeah.
restaurant.
Yeah,
And I was like,
We were-
oh shit,
yeah.
like they got it here too.
Yeah. So then they're like, oh, you can.
I'm gonna have to try it because I don't think I've ever
So
tried this.
we
This
don't
guy
have
is
a
so
Costco card, but I
Oh, they sell
found
it at Costco,
they
right?
sell like a bag there.
I think at HEB too.
Do they?
Yeah. I think I saw a little
I don't
TikTok
know.
that said like I didn't know HEB's Café de Olla was gonna take, but it's like the real deal or whatever.
Yeah, so I went to Mi Tienda. Are you familiar with Mi Tienda? Okay, so I went there. I'm like, it's a Hispanic store.
Yeah,
They're
it
gonna
has
have
to.
it. It was sold out.
Dang.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because it's just like it's really good.
Yeah.
It's just like people are lazy and they don't know how to make the good one, so they just buy the prepared one. People lazy is me, guys.
Yeah.
I don't want to buy.
You're like, I was looking for it though.
I was looking for it, so so that's maybe like something you should look into.
No,
and try
that's
it.
interesting.
Because I feel like Hispanics, if you offer it, they would be like, oh shit, she knows about it. You know.
I mean, if it's hot, probably like in the seasonal months.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
that sounds really good.
Yeah,
I haven't thought about that.
So it's more popular to get the ice one.
I mean, it's creeping up to like that time where it's like
it's
gonna be
summer,
so hot.
It's so crazy,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, because even like the guy, like old Hispanic guys, the ones that like work the labor, they'll drink the hot ass coffee in the morning.
Yeah,
When they
that's
could
crazy.
just drink cold coffee, right?
Yeah, because you know how at farmers market, I think there is volado coffee. It's it's like an actual like little truck or whatever.
I didn't know it was called that.
I don't know what it's called. I think that's what it's called.
Oh,
I could
okay.
be wrong, guys, but like I don't know about coffee. So when Faith is like, "Do you want a coffee?" and I'm like, "Just give me whatever you're gonna get, but get it."
What did she get?
Ice. I don't know. I never asked her. I'm just like, whatever you get.
Is it good?
It's good. I mean, if you ask me about flavors, I'm not gonna know because I'm just gonna drink it.
Is it like sweet? Or?
Yeah, it's a little sweet. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But she gets it hot and I get it cold. Like.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm like whatever. So now she knows. Like I get ice and she gets hot.
Yeah, I'm not huge on hot. I'll drink hot like at home, but I really won't order hot.
Yeah.
Like,
and
Yeah, because you're on the go,
Yeah,
right?
on the go.
I mean,
Yeah, that's like a.
If
I don't
I'm
know,
gonna drink hot,
sit
it's gonna
and
be a
drink.
tea. You see, I love drinking tea.
See, that's for home too.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
know,
yeah, for
me,
sure, yeah. Well, I'll drink it like on the way somewhere, but not like if I'm like in a meeting, I'm not gonna be.
See, I'm like
drinking
iced tea. Like if I'm.
Oh, I've never had. Well, I guess it's just no, not really. I'll drink my tea hot.
You don't drink iced tea?
Not like not that tea that I made. No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like if it's gonna be a cold tea, it's gonna be like brisk or something. Yeah.
or Lipton.
Brisk.
Or Lipton, yeah.
Ooh,
Okay,
no.
Lipton, yeah.
Yeah,
Brisk is
Lipton,
like
yeah.
hardly tea.
I know it says 0% juice on there. Or what is it? I forgot what it says.
Well, it
0%
has
something.
half tea. Or
You brought some,
whatever.
so I drank some. It was my first time drinking it, but it's all right.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah, he's not a tea person either.
Only Lipton.
He's a energy drink guy. So what's the caffeine with the coffee? What's the one that has like the highest? Would you know?
Black.
Cold brew, probably. Well, I don't know. Espresso or cold brew?
Oh, have you seen a movie? What's the movie that we just saw with Jake Gyllenhaal?
Which one?
Roundhouse. You seen that movie? Have you seen it?
Which one?
Where with Conor McGregor?
Yeah.
Well, he goes into this it's a bar, right? The Roundhouse is a bar. And he's like, "Can I have some coffee? Like some black coffee?" And she's like, "We don't carry black coffee." But then she's drinking a coffee. It's like, "Well, what's that?" It's like, "Oh, it's Colombian coffee." And I think is that like stronger coffee? Would you know?
It's just black coffee. She's just being a smartass.
Oh, for real?
If it was black, then
I don't
it was
know,
black.
like-
I mean, black coffee is just any coffee that's black.
Like
no cream or anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, probably.
No,
But
she was.
Yeah, we didn't catch it, babe.
Oh, we probably didn't.
Like-
well, it's because
Oh,
then.
okay.
So then, we're gonna get into the coffee shop in LA, right? But when we went
Yes.
to this coffee shop in LA, we met up with this. We happened to run into this TikToker, right? This
Okay.
influencer or whatever. And then I just seen on his Instagram that he received like a box, like a little like gift box or whatever from Roundhouse from that movie, and they gave him a bag of the
Coffee.
it's not Colombian, it's Cuban, right?
Oh, okay. I don't know, babe. I don't remember.
One of those Cuban or Colombian coffees, and I was like, "Oh, it's an actual thing," but I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just black coffee.
So does it make a difference, like where it's from?
Yeah.
Is it
Like,
because of the taste?
Isn't
it's
it
because of the
originated
way
from
that
over
they're
there?
well, Colombian is like a very very common coffee like bean.
Oh, okay.
That's more of like the general like everybody likes Colombian pretty much, but the difference is the way I don't know all the details. All I know is that the way that it's grown has to do with the terrain. So like if you grew it in Colombia versus like there's like Nigerian coffee.
Yeah.
Is that right? No, Ethiopian coffee. and their terrain is different, like their soil's different, like all that stuff. So like the way that the bean turns out is different. Like it could be sweeter or like.
And I think you said like, does it matter where it, like how it's, is it, do they roast them or
Yeah,
no?
they roast them. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So does it matter how that's what process?
Yeah, and I have no idea about that stuff, but because that is science. Because like the way that they roast, like for example, I get my beans from Greenway Coffee, which is like a local roaster, and like sometimes they'll have beans that have like a fruity raspberry taste. Like literally my cold brew, and I meant to bring you guys some too. But I forgot to brew it. I forgot to brew it yesterday. So I was like, there's not enough time. But I'll give you guys coffee whenever you come visit me at Carbach, I promise. But the cold brew that I made with those beans tasted like raspberry and like sweet and light, and there wasn't like a bitterness. But if you do like a darker roast or like a coffee bean from somewhere else, like it's gonna taste different. Like it'll have different notes.
That also plays a major factor, I'm assuming, in the way it tastes. Like if you do I don't know, like the horchata coffee or whatever.
Oh yeah, probably.
It's gonna
like
make
bitterness or like, or it'll be light.
Depending on location.
Yeah,
right?
like I like the
get.
raspberry one that I get, but I can't make I can't put a lot of cream in it because it's really light, so it just tastes like watered down. Like you basically have to drink it like black. Oh, but it's good the way that it is.
Yeah.
And if you guys want to know like the highest caffeine bean, if you ever get like a dark roast, that has the least amount of caffeine. But if you ever get like a light roast, that has the most amount.
Oh, I get medium.
David told us that.
If you get anything that's blonde, like blonde or like just a light roast, like it'll taste lighter, but it has more caffeine.
Wow.
But people think because it tastes harsher that it's like, oh, this is definitely gonna wake me up. But that's not true.
Rolling.
Yeah. But it makes sense,
I got
right?
the one with the
so you think you're drinking like weak coffee, but really it has the most.
Yeah, because I was getting the one with the skull on it.
Oh my god.
I'm like, oh, this shit's gonna fucking death. Yeah, like death coffee, or what is it called?
Yeah,
I'm going like this, death coffee. Yeah, something like that. But here, let's go on one last break, and then we'll be right back.
Yeah. And we are back. I actually wanted to talk about the coffee shop from LA. I don't think we talked about it.
Oh yeah, no.
What was the name of it? The Black something? It's a big coffee shop in LA, basically.
I don't think it's big like that.
Oh, well, the guy, his name's Joshua Vides.
Yeah, Joshua Vides.
And he's a big, like artistic guy, right? Mm-hmm. And so he opened up a coffee shop. It's literally like everything in there is black and white.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Matte black coffee.
Oh, okay.
So he's this artist, graphic designer, right? So he opened a coffee shop, and it's like...
Oh, yes, I know what this is. It's like cartoonish.
Yeah, well, like he'll do like collaborations with like anime and stuff like that, but
that's super cool.
But yeah, like it has that look.
Getting really big. Yeah, I've seen that.
So he started that because like it all started because he grabbed an Air Force One, like the shoe, and then like he just like traced it and made it look very comic-y. So it was like white with the black accents. Yeah. And then from there, like the brand took off. So now he does like stuff with like Louis Vuitton. He like Ferrari.
Oh, that's
like,
him. Because I've seen it a lot.
Yeah, like the last one. The last one he did was a Ferrari one, and it was like in Vegas. They had like that one race where it's like. Isn't
it Formula something?
The Formula racing one. Yeah. And one of the cars like crashed. It was recent. That was his car. That's the car that he worked like he drew on and like designed or whatever.
Yeah.
But. Yeah, so we went to LA. I was like, I have to go to this coffee shop. Like, I just want to see it, you know. And so we went there, and then it was cool. It was just cool to see.
And they did I felt like they were very welcoming. No pressure to the menu. And I was like, and we told. I was like, I have no idea. I'm like, what do you recommend? From if I were to like order something like I think I would want something
not Joshua,
cold.
but
like whoever was there. And then she's like, oh, I think you should try this. I was like, perfect. And then she made me the ice version and made him the hot one. And
I regret it. I was like, fuck, I should have got the cold.
Yeah. He was like, I should have got the cold. And I'm like...
can't even
too
drink
bad.
this thing.
Drink the hot
I'm
one.
burning my tongue and shit. But it was cool. And then so when we were leaving, so while we were sitting down, that's when I saw the TikTok guy, right?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Adrian.
And so Adrian, I seen, and I'm like, oh my god, I think I know him from TikTok, right?
Yeah.
And so Adrian, I don't know if you've seen him. Are you on TikTok a lot or no?
Sometimes I try to be off.
So he's like, he went viral because he lives in New York, but he's the guy that like would find furniture like on the street, and like he'd take it back to his apartment and like redo it and make it look nice or whatever. And then I'm like, I think that's him. So then I wasn't gonna say, I'm not the type to be like, I'm gonna go say hi to, you know. So I was like, nah, I'm not gonna say nothing. But he was still there by the time we were leaving. So I'm like, we're gonna pass by him. So then I said hi to him. And I told him, and I was wearing, so these shoes that I'm wearing, you can't see them right now, but I'm wearing the shoes that Joshua Vitas did with New Balance. And I was wearing them, and he's like, oh, you got the shoes? I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, I'm here because I look up to Joshua like that, you know? And he's like, oh, I just worked with him this weekend. Like, I was just with him. Like, I'm leaving already. And I was like, damn. Like, to me, it was just like a wow thing. Yeah. To that. He You're inspires like me, yeah, and then but then he worked with him recently, and I don't know, we just happened to meet, but yeah, the coffee shop was pretty cool.
Yeah. What's your ultimate goal with the coffee? Well, wait, we haven't even, you said the business earlier.
Yeah.
But then.
So, okay, the reason I got into it is because I want a coffee shop eventually.
Like an actual shop.
I don't know. You can go so many different directions with it. So I don't know yet where I want to go with it, because you can have like a drive-through one, you can have like one that is, you know, it's specialty coffee, or like I can go the route of, I don't know, I've thought like, oh, okay, if you have a coffee shop and then also have like other, like make it like a girly kind of place, like have all the cool stuff, like something jewelry different. And like a market. I mean, basically like how Faith has with
Shop Local.
What's that?
At Ironworks?
Oh. Yeah, Ironworks. What is that?
Yeah.
Coffee?
Segundo Coffee.
Segundo. Oh. Yeah. Like, that's really cool. I like that idea.
That's where I feel like I see you.
And that's what so kind of looping all of your questions back is that the reason I started it isn't because of like, I'm some person that like is in love with coffee. Like, I do love coffee, but it's not because I am interested in it as a hobby. It's because, like, one, I love to do it, but I love meeting people through it. Like, it truly is like a way to gather people and like to connect with people, and like you'll get everybody, like not everybody, but a lot of people drink coffee, and so you get to come across like so many different people. Whenever I worked at Barnes and Noble, like I had these regulars come in, and that's like truly when I fell in love with the experience and like having regulars come in and knowing their order, and then like getting to see people like from all walks of life come in and just read their books and like drink their coffee and leave. Like, it's like you get this like minute part of them, but you're like a really big part of their like routine.
Of that routine.
Yeah. And
like for you, whenever you go to the fix, like it's like,
yeah, exactly. And like that's how I fell in love with it. And then I fell in love with markets, and I was telling him earlier, whenever you went outside, that I like markets as my marketing, but I also do markets just for fun because it's not super lucrative, because, you know, it depends on the crowd.
And I give you props because I was telling, who was I? I think I was like, because I go by myself, but I'm always there with Faith.
Yeah.
And you're going by yourself.
Not always. He's helped. Yeah,
yeah, because I've seen you. I think now that I remember, I think I saw him at Carbach.
Yeah.
But just for the setup, and then I saw you there, like.
So that was the last 2 times. He typically does help me a lot. Like, he really does help me a lot. And there are times where I do have to go alone. And I'm kind of bad at that too, because I don't really like to ask for help. Like, that's somewhere I'm trying to improve. So like, like the last time I was setting up alone, and I refuse to ask anybody for help unless I need it. Like, I don't have an option. So like Jem, she helped me like take off the cart from the trailer, because I can't do that alone. Yeah. But he like used to work nights, and he would literally like work his night shift and then help me. He would sleep for like an hour or like 2 and then come and do the markets with me for like 6 hours.
Yeah, it's because markets can be like...
They're taxing, You're out there all day or in the sun, But I love markets because in San Antonio, I used to do pop-up markets, not for coffee, but I used to paint the back of denim jackets and sell them.
What? Mm-hmm. Man, if you did that, that's another whole thing.
I know, and it's fun. Like, I really enjoyed it. I fell in love with markets at that point. But I, like, when you have to always produce, like, creative work. I mean, I know you're into, like, art and stuff. Yeah. Like, the creativity can get really exhausted and like your inspiration kind of dies a little bit, and that didn't happen necessarily, but I did start to feel like it was a job rather than like it's like, oh, I have to have this many jackets for the next market, and it takes so much time and effort that it just like kind of kills creativity. So I stopped that.
Now you have like a deadline or whatever. So it's
and then it's like I used to love this, and now people are wanting me to paint their dogs on the back of their jackets. Yeah, and I'm like, I don't want to fucking do that.
That's how it is with me with graphic design. So it's like a lot of stuff like I do, like I like to do like stuff like this, like and then but then somebody's like, oh, can you do like, I don't know, like a picture like of me for my boyfriend, and I'm like, oh, not really, you know?
It's like that's not it's like, I'm like sure, and then it kills it because like I would have people do that, or they would ask for commission, and I want sales, right? Like, you want money from it. You want to get paid because that's the dream, to get paid for what you love to do. But then in between, you have to do like the commissions and the like the commonly adored things like on the back of jackets versus like for me, whereas like I want to do something more like up my alley of like artistic expression. And then it doesn't get sold or something like that. Yeah. And
because they're looking for the one that's
because they're like looking for or something like that.
It kind of goes back to like the whole commercial thing and like the budgets, where like the big corporate ones are the ones with the money. So it's like you're doing it because you know you're gonna get like good money out of it. Yeah. But then like the passion projects, you know, it's like the ones where you're gonna see the least money, but you enjoy the most.
Right.
You know?
Which is kind of what where I'm at right now with the coffee, which is like I said, I love to do the markets. I love the community aspect of it. I love the people I get to meet. Like, also, like, once you get into something, you realize how many doors open that you wouldn't have ever, like, expected to. So, like, there's so many different avenues that I can go. But I think right now I'm, like, the weddings and, like, the events, like, that's because I need the money for it, right? Like, that's where I get the money. But then I really want to focus on building a brand. Like, I really want that. Like, I want a coffee brand. I want people to recognize it and like fall in love with it. And I'm not there right now. Like, I think sometime soon I'm gonna try to rebrand. But
change the name or just
no, keep the name. I like the name.
I was gonna say, so let's talk about the name. How did the name come about? So
like Amado means beloved in Spanish. And I'm like, right? No, this whole time. But it's like beloved. I didn't want it to come off. I didn't put it in English because I didn't want it to come off as religious. Because it's not like it's not from a place of like religion, because it is used a lot in like the Bible and stuff. Yeah. But I did it just because like, I don't know, like throughout my life, like I've had the word beloved like come up a lot, and it's just kind of like it's always recurring, so it's just like a special word to me. I literally
thought, I was just like, her grandpa's probably called Amado, and that's why she named
it. No, but I do love the name. Yeah, it's a cocool name. It's easy to say if you say it right, or if you say it Amado.
Do you know how to say it? Say it. Amado.
Amado, right?
So like to people that I'm like comfortable with, I'll say like Amado. But then Amado, because they know what I'm talking about, because a lot of times I'll say Amado and they're like, what? And I'm like, Amado Coffee.
It's like I know you guys are like don't live around here, but are y'all familiar with Fuqua?
Oh, street?
Yeah, like the exit on 45.
I always just say fucka. I know it's not. I know it's. Yeah. I'm like Fuqua, but
Fuqua, right?
Yeah.
People say Fuqua, right?
Or I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, literally like that. So I used to do insurance, and then I would be like, oh yeah, like Fuqua, and they're like, what? And I'm like,
that is a difficult or like not an expected
yeah,
street
and then
name.
it's like Fuqua, and I'm like, yeah, Fuqua. That's what they call it. Like,
I don't think I would.
Yeah, I've always called it Fuqua.
But I've always called it Fuqua because that's what my family calls it, like Fuqua.
That's what it. I mean, if you say it in Spanish, that's what it says, like Fuqua.
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 So yeah, I can see how you say it, but so other than like the coffee business, you also do training, right? Mm-hmm. How is that? Like, how do you even do both and have a full-time job?
You're actively like a trainer?
I just have like a client right now because it's super on the side. Like, so I did have more clients earlier. So last year, let's back it up. Last year is when I grew my Instagram, and like I'm really not active on my fitness Instagram. It's like my personal right now. Like I don't really post that much anymore. But I was growing it because I've gone to the gym since I was 14. Like it's a huge part of my life. It's a huge part of his life. Like he competes. I competed for the first time last year, and so that's when I started growing my Instagram. And then I started getting like DMs about training. So I started training from that, and I still do. I'm still open to training, but virtually. But I like really wanted to see if I wanted to go down like that path. And then I just realized towards the end of like last year that it's not something, like it's something I love and something that's a huge part of my life, but I don't think I would want to turn it into like, I thought about pursuing it as like an influencer and like trying to keep growing. Mm-hmm. But then I realized like, honestly, I don't want to be a part of like the community, not in like a trash way or anything. It's not like it's just more of like, I hate the idea that I'm always thinking about myself. Like, or like I'm always thinking about like, well, how can I make this real, or like how can I stand out or be different? And then it's like a lot of reflection that could end up being like harmful to your mental health, and even though like I am not an influencer, I did get sponsored at the end of my prep, but then I really didn't continue with it. So it was like I got like a tiny little taste, and then I was like, I just don't think this is what I want to do. And then the entire time during prep, I was thinking about like, what do I really want to do? Like, because, when you're on bodybuilding prep, you do not focus on anything else. Like, it's a part-time job. Like, you can't go out with your friends really. I mean, you could, but you can't eat or anything. Like, you really spend a lot of time like by yourself or like at home.
And I'm sure it's like mentally like exhausting, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And so I was just like, what do I really want to spend my time on? Because now I'm seeing my body change with like when I really decide to like decide to be disciplined and work at something, like to see that through and see like the what's the word, like the outcomes that are positive out of it. Like it was really rewarding. But I was like, what if I can apply this to like other parts of my life that I really actually want to do? Yeah. And so that's when I started the coffee.
So when did you start it?
I started it last year in September.
Oh, wow. That's
I like
not
signed
that long
up.
Ago.
No, it's not that long ago. And it's been going great.
That's when I started with Faith.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like the first, I started the first week of, I worked my first event with her in September of last year.
Okay.
And then I got a full time. I mean, I started part-time with her in October, like the first week.
Oh, okay. Like, yeah, so my first market was with Faith at the farmer's market. And I booked it like way in advance. I didn't even have my espresso machine or anything. I just had a nitro cold brew. I originally was just going to do nitro cold brew. Have you had that?
No, I haven't.
Okay, it's good. It's really good. It's like black coffee. It's very good.
He doesn't like it.
Like black
okay,
coffee.
well,
he just thought that had the most caffeine.
Yeah, if you tell me
stop doing
it's 500 milligrams of caffeine.
But now,
but
now he's going for the blonde.
Yeah, you gotta go for the blonde. But
so you did coffee at the farmer's market?
Yeah, it was before the coffee. It was like the first week that coffee guy started, and I think he wasn't there that weekend. And then she told me, like, I think he's going to be here permanently, so we're going to have to move you. So I was like, I've just been at Carbox since.
Oh, because she does St. Arnold's too.
Yeah, I just haven't done it yet.
Oh, okay. You should check it out. It's really good.
Really?
Yeah. Like our last event that we did was St. Patty's.
Oh, okay, cool.
the churros guy that was there, he sold out like.
But that was St. Patty's though.
But that was in St. Patty's. But still, it's just depending. Like now I know. I never used to be like go to markets a lot, but now I know. Like it really depends on how you present yourself.
Yeah, it matters.
If you're approaching people, like with me, honestly, like I'm always like, oh, we have $1, $2 candies, and literally like it's to sell.
We were at Axelrad, and then she was like, you gotta talk to people, because I was set up with my prints, and then she was set up with the candies, and she's like, you gotta talk to people, just bring them on, right?
Yeah.
And then she'd be like, we have $2 candies, and then the guy would just, like, people would just ignore her, and I'm like,
you're like, I'm not doing that.
I'm like, I'm not getting ignored. That like if I see them come to my table and they're looking, then I know they're like
no. But then I tell
interested.
him, but
I'm gonna be like, hey, I got prints, and I'm like,
no. But again, I feel like I've done sales jobs, so I just know that that's a part of like if you want to sell, you're gonna do it,
Yeah.
And let me tell you, like
but you have gotten sales.
I've gotten tons of sales because of that. I literally are like, oh, $1, okay, I got $1, I got cash. Yeah. What do you have? And I'm like, well, what do you want? And that's how that goes.
Yeah, I've done sales too, so I'm like used to people blowing me off, because also this year it's really hit me of like. Truly, like, it's not personal. Like, it really isn't. Yeah. So they're not trying to hurt me. Like, because they just don't want it. I don't care. I'd probably do the same thing, to be honest.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why
I ignore people all the time, and I don't feel bad about it. Like, the people at the mall or something, like, and then you're like,
no, thank you.
No, not even. Yeah. You're like, no. Maybe if I'm in a good mood, for the most part, like, don't look in the eye, like, you just pass
don't make
them.
eye contact. Yeah.
So, like, I'm kind of used to it, and it's funny going with him. And I know I was gonna bring you up, like, because as you know, he's quiet.
Yeah.
So he's there to support me, like, emotionally. But it's so funny because this has happened a lot where I will be at the espresso machine and people will come up and they'll start talking to me, or like they'll order their drink. They won't talk to me. They'll talk to him. And they'll be like, they'll be like, so how long have you been running this coffee thing? And he's just like, he doesn't even know how to use it. He's like, oh, this is hers, and then like they'll start to talk to me, but it's so interesting.
But I also think that when that happens, it's more like a respect thing. Like they're gonna approach the guy first. It always happens, like with us too. Like sometimes
I was thinking like, misogynistic thing.
No, but you know what's crazy?
Like it's just because you're a pretty girl, you're like super beautiful. So I feel like. If it's a guy, I don't think he's going to approach you first. They're going to approach the guy if the guy is there, because they're not going to want to like oh, blah, blah, blah. And then they don't know if the guy is.
Although I agree that they don't, like, people don't chat with me as much when he's there. Like, I do agree with that. Mm-hmm. But people will ask me, like, will most likely ask me in a way that's like, I just work at it. Because they'll say, so do you guys like have a brick and mortar, and then or say like
if you're just a sales rep,
or basically like do you work for this, or this is yours? Whereas like they always assume that he owns it, which is so crazy, and it's kind of I don't know. It's
weird. Like you must be Amado, right?
No, literally, yeah. That's what I was about to say. Yeah, I was gonna say the name has I think it plays factor into that, like because it's Amado and it's just like it sounds like a guy's name. I mean, it's a guy's. Maybe. It could be a guy's name, right? But like for me, it's Mercado Milo. Mm-hmm. So, but our logo has Milo's baby face.
Oh yeah.
So then they
don't even talk to you. They talk to him.
Well, when he's there, if he's like on it, I'll be like, he knows. Like I've created his little cheat sheet.
Well, it takes a few minutes to look at.
But then he's just like
$2.
Depending what candy they pointed. Yeah. But for the most part, I'm the one that's just like, oh, what do you want or whatever. Right. So it's just, but then that business specifically, the candy one.
Yeah.
It has to be me. It can't be him because he's like, he did it for like a day and he's like, it's weird.
No. Yeah, it was weird because it was the kids' event.
It was a kids' event.
It was a kids' event at Farmer's Market. So it's like, he ran off. No, he ran off to go play with the kids.
It was a free.
So now it's a grown-ass man selling candy to kids. And I'm just like, I can't do this. I need you here, Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But helping with the event. So we hosted.
You're all $1, $2.
$1. And then this little kid took something from the table, and I was like, no. Oh, like I don't know what to tell him. Like he's gonna run off with it.
Yeah. So basically, we had a free kids event, and
okay.
the kids were the vendors. So if kids had businesses or the kids were part of it, the kids were coming to vend. But in reality, we had a lot of things happening for the kids.
Yeah.
So the kids were busy playing free soccer with bubbles.
They're like, I'm not gonna sell and work today.
Yeah. So that's how he ended up on like taking over Mercado Milo for that day or whatever.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
So now, but you're still doing fitness.
Yeah, like it's still a big part of both of our lives.
And how can they reach you if they decide to?
They can find me on Instagram. I'm Rach.fit27. So I still have a form.
But now you have, but you also have a personal page, right?
Yeah, but I don't really go on it. Like it's a lot of people, you know, those personal accounts that you have had since like high school. Like
that's that.
I don't. A lot of people that are very close in my life or like relevant to care what I'm doing would be on my fitness Instagram. Like I don't really.
Yeah, because I saw that and I'm just like, but I did see you weren't as active on.
Yeah, not really anymore. I kind of dropped off a little bit just because, it wasn't. I mean, when I started Amado, like I wanted to. I was like,
full on.
Yeah, and I'm kind of. I think with me too, since I did the denim jackets and then I did the fitness thing, and it's like I started things. And then I realized that I wanted to not do them anymore. Like with Amado, I was like, okay, I need to really see this through because I cannot let myself like stop again and like change paths. Because I feel like I always want to do something different or like want to try something new. And then I just get upset because I want to.
But you know what though? The way you've talked about the coffee, I can see how you really enjoy it.
Yeah. And the thing is too, it's not like a passion in a way that's like a hobby. Like I love it because of the business that it is. Like I love it because of what it brings with like people and like stuff like that. Whereas like it's not like I love coffee, because a lot of people that start coffee things, they either want to roast, and they should roast because like they love coffee and like the science of it, but they don't really want to run a business, like because people get in. I mean, that happens all the time. That's a lot of people, they love what they do, so they want to turn it into like a business, and then they end up like hating the business part because it takes marketing and like being organized,
it's a lot
doing
more.
Books and taxes and like
oh my God,
the awful things that like suck. But I have like a year ago, I wouldn't have done that and made that effort with stuff that that was like a hobby, and I did it because I wanted to do it versus like be in the business of it.
Yeah, so now you are enjoying the process, but also the business side of it.
Yeah,
with the
definitely.
I can see it. I feel like you do talk about it, and if for whatever reason it became to the point that you're just like, no, I'm not liking it anymore, it's okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you guys feel that way too about? I mean, you guys have a lot of things going on, so I feel like you might resonate with that. It's like there's so many different ideas of what you can do.
What? Like I have my clothing brand, right? It's called AI Mas, and the first year, man, like I was on fire, like making sales, but I feel like that first year really burnt me out. Last year was my second year. I only did 2 drops, January and December. Last year. We're already on my 3rd year, which is this year, and I haven't even made a drop, but I already like gave him my design and everything, right?
Yeah.
But it's just something that like when I talk about it with people that know about it, they're like, oh my God, like I love the brand, right?
Yes.
But then I'm just like, but then sometimes I feel like I'm tired.
Oh no. Sorry.
You know what I mean?
No,
but
100%. Because if you keep pushing yourself and then you get completely burnt out and you're like, I can't even look at another piece of clothes. Or like for me, I was like, I can't even look at another like painting. I can't even think about painting another denim jacket. Like that would piss me off.
Especially because you're going through that and you're also experiencing that you're also finding yourself liking other things.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes, you're like, or you're seeing somebody else who's doing well and you're like that's the biggest thing that I've learned is just like to really not look at other people because they're on completely different timelines than you are, but they're doing really well, and you're like, am I doing something wrong? Or maybe this isn't my place.
Yeah,
you know?
I think Jazzy said something like comparison is the thief of joy or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's true.
Yeah, and it really is like about, you have to truly enjoy the process.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
I heard this quote the other day and I was like, whoa. It was, if somebody told you that this process would take 4 more years,
would you do it?
Would you keep doing it?
Yeah.
And it's like, it really makes you reflect of like, what's really the reason that I'm doing this? Like, do I really enjoy the process? Do I love building this? Like,
yeah.
Or do I really just want to get to the money, you know? So
yeah, that's true.
It's kind of like in fitness. Like when I was younger, I would get on bodybuilding.com and stuff like that. And I remember they had forums on there, and then people would ask like certain athletes, like, man, how long did it take for you to get this fit? And they'd be like, man, I've been working out for 4 years. And it was probably like my first year working out, and I'm like, man, 4 years to look like this? I'm like, man, that's a long ass time, you know? But then it goes by quick, you know? It's
it
like,
does go by quick,
while you're doing enjoying the process, you know, like
you create the habit.
And now you're that person that's like, man, you know, it took me 4 years to, you know, and it's like, it doesn't feel like
it
4
doesn't
years.
feel like
yeah.
And that's sorry, I know we have to stop soon.
No.
Like with him, we've been talking about this a lot because he's kind of like an anomaly to me, because he's when we walk in public, like he always gets stopped and he always gets asked like, hey man, like what do you do, bro? Like, and we always laugh about it because it's usually people that stop him, typically like 80 to 90% of the time, will stop, ask him the question, and then when he's answering the question, you could tell they totally zone out, or they're not gonna do it. Like whatever,
it's like, well,
whatever specifics. Why are you even asking? And
Yeah.
it's so interesting, especially in the fitness industry, because they're really looking for a certain type of answer. Like they're
looking for
Here, I'm gonna just restart it, but you can keep going.
Okay. No, you can keep but like with like trained clients that are like 100%, like they want to change, like. You can tell, like, because if not, I'm really just taking your money, which is fine. If you want to pay me for a month, like, okay.
Yeah.
But like, if I text you on Sunday, hey, like, show me your check-ins or whatever, and then they're like, oh, well, okay, I'll send the check-ins, send the weight, and then they're like, so I had this, and like, I'm really trying to get this in today or this week or whatever, and sometimes it's like life gets in the way, like totally understand. I'm really not hard on my clients as much, but other times it's like you're literally making an excuse for yourself. Like, there's no, like, just say you're not going to put it aside.
Yeah, no,
like,
that was him.
Man, that was me. I had my homie, like we kind of exchanged services. So I was doing like designs.
Prosthetics. I don't know if you're familiar with. He has a gym
in League City.
Oh, okay. So I thought you were trading prosthetics.
No, that's the name of the gym. Prosthetics gym. So Pico is the trainer. He's the owner. And then so I was designing for his brand, and then he was training me, right?
Yeah.
But man, so many times every week I was like, bro, I had to boom. I had busy, like
I'm so busy.
But I am busy.
However,
like, but
I feel like Pico does know though, because since
he does,
Pico
but I'm pretty sure
that his name's really not Pico, guys, but he goes by Pico, right? So he knew. He hired Rolling as a graphic designer, right? So I feel like you responding back whenever he had to do his actual designs and knowing that Rolling was busy already.
Yeah.
So whenever they exchanged services, I feel like he kind of knew that he was going to be busy. But I also think that now, at that time, he really just had a full-time job. Then another full-time job as in doing graphics. And then being a dad, a husband. You know, not that it's an excuse.
I was like, man, I can only work out at this time, you know?
Yeah.
But
he could only work out at 5 a.m, but he would be going to sleep at 3.
Oh,
you know, like so it's just like.
But I know the whole thing is like, oh, you can always make time, you know, and it's like, man, it's hard though, you know.
I mean, I try not to be like the all or nothing type of mentality. Yeah. So, because yes, people have lives, people have kids, like all that stuff. It's more of like, did you and I'm not asking you, like I don't want to guilt you, like did you try to create the habit? Because really, like, creating a habit it's a muscle, and like and literally, like, there's science behind it where when you make a habit, you know how the joke of like that person has a smooth brain, like their brain is smooth. No. It's like, because if your brain is like smooth, like the creases in your brain, they're actually like habits, and like it's like
the more smarter,
you have like the creases.
Yeah, I'm like literally visualizing.
Like all the creases in the brain.
Yeah.
So that's like how your brain develops like habits and stuff like that. So when basically, this is a better analogy. If you have like a
I started thinking about those guys that you can see like the wrinkles on their actual scalp. You know what I'm talking about?
You turn the baby upside down and you hit him with the feet. So like, okay, think of it as like snow. There's a perfect new snow, okay? And then you walk through the path once and you see your tiny little feet like go through. And then if you keep going through that path, like it'll create like a little like walkway. That's the same thing that happens in your brain, like when you make a habit, because it truly is like it's training your muscle. And so with that long explanation, basically when you have the habit, it definitely does make it easier. I think it's just like, this is how long I'm gonna give myself 3 weeks to create the habit, and if I really can't stick with it, then I'll stop, or like I'll drop the trainer.
And I agree 100%. I've only had 2 trainers my whole life, right? One, it was free because she wanted to train a pregnant girl, and I was pregnant. So I was her like, she wanted to show people that you can still train and work out while you're pregnant, which I 100% recommend if your doctor allows it, right? I had a great experience training while I was pregnant, and that was my first time. My second time, it was when I wanted to go all in with the training and I ended up, and I was like, why are you laughing?
It was a Pico too, right? Yeah,
it was a Pico, but I hired Pico because I was like, I know I'm going to be embarrassed to send him my pictures because I know him,
That's good too. Shame does work.
So I told him, I was like, I know I'm going to be embarrassed to send him the pictures, right? Let me just say, guys, I know I said it on here before. I got 4th place in his challenge. So I did really good.
Yeah.
So my sacrifice was waking up at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Because that's when I would train.
Yeah.
So I also feel like if you want to be a part of like the fitness world, you have to prioritize your things.
Yeah.
And with Roland, it's like, not that I'm like excusing him, but I know I'm going to be the one to know how hard his schedule is, sure. So I just know that if he had to sacrifice something, it was going to be money.
Yeah.
In his case, Yeah. But for me, it was, I'm going to sacrifice sleep.
Yeah.
So I would sacrifice. The only time I could work out when I was training was at 5 a.m. If not, if I didn't work out, I knew it was going to be so hard for me. I'm the same way. It's hard for me to ask for help.
Yeah.
So it was going to be so hard for me to ask my mother-in-law to watch Milo so I can gym. That was so hard because I was just like, if I'm going to ask her, it's going to be for an emergency or for the podcast.
Yeah.
Not for the gym.
Yeah.
So I would wake up at 5, So it was just one of those things. And I did it and I kept, trying or whatever. And I would tell him like, it's so embarrassing. I'm going to send him like a picture of me in my sports bra and my underwear, like, and we had him on the podcast. Like, that's so weird, But he's a professional. So
right. Yeah.
It's just like
for sure.
one of those things, right? And he would be like, oh, do this. And then he'd like, okay, these are your macros. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool,
Yeah.
But I do recommend, like, if it's something, anybody that's wants to get into fitness, I would recommend getting somebody like that. I like to see when a trainer shows their before and afters.
Oh, for sure.
Because I feel like...
Yeah, because with Yaya, did you see her before and afters?
Yeah, I've seen her stuff.
She did awesome. But you know what? Yaya was like, I'm fucking sick of like being where I'm at. Like, I need to get myself right.
Yeah.
And she's like, it's not like her schedule is like how it was when she was training with me, but she looks great because she got there and she maintained.
Yeah.
Like if you have like a goal where it's like, okay, I just want to get down to this and then I'll maintain, like that's great. Like if you come in with, oh, I really want to get thin for like this event, you're gonna end up being
back at that.
Yeah. It's like you're gonna hustle for 2 weeks,
but you're hustling for the wrong thing.
Yes,
like, at the end of the day,
and that's what I try to tell people. I'm like, you're building habits, like you're building a lifestyle, and however that works, like you'll you'll figure out a way to fit it in, like once it becomes a part of your life, like because that's what we do. We make time for the things like that we find value in. But the problem is like it's just not valuable enough. Like if you're busy and you have to sacrifice money.
Well, no, now you have no choice.
Yeah, no.
Now
but
like
because like I was
so.
like I was on my shit again, like maybe like what, like a month ago, right? I was
Let
on
me
it,
just
like,
say Cancun really threw us off.
Oh, vacations always do.
But then, that is true.
Because before Cancun, not that Cancun was the goal, right? Because
kind of was. Cancun, it was like the little, like, all right, you know,
it was the reward.
I knew I wasn't gonna get cut for it. Like it wasn't enough time, but I knew I could like.
And it's so funny because we wanted to like go for like a walk in Cancun just to keep the body going, but man, we're just so busy like there with the drinking.
We did walk though.
We did walk a lot, but not with the intention of it being because it was
like walking with a beer.
Yeah, but then, but like just this morning, like this whole past week, I would wake up. And I'd be like, oh, I gotta work. Like I gotta get. Like I wouldn't even think of like working out. Like, cause there was a time, right? Like even after Cancun, I was like, hey, I'm gonna wake up, go to the park, and then work out. You know, and just like do my mile or whatever, and then work out. And I was like, if I don't work first thing in the morning, then I'm already like behind. Yeah. You know, but it shouldn't
be like that.
I need to prioritize like the fitness shit. You know. So
it also is kind of like reframing. Like it's kind of like. Yes, you are stressed about it, so you need to do work before you work out. But if you worked out, like you have a better day. Yeah. And granted, I don't work out in the morning. I work out in the evening. But like when I did used to work out in the morning, like it does give you a boost of like serotonin and all that shit. So
I'm a big like morning workout person. If I don't do it in the morning, I cannot do it at night.
Yeah, because I'm already like, all right, well in the afternoon he's out of school and he's always asking to go to the park like at 6, 7. Yeah. So I'm like, I know I'm not gonna have time to work out, like you know. And then he goes to sleep at 8:30, 9 or whatever, or 8 now, right?
I think it's sorry.
But no, I'm just saying like after that I'm like, all right, he's asleep. I could work out now. But I'm like, I'm just gonna go back to work.
And I think I think it's also like you're like, I wonder if you're thinking, oh well, if I'm only able to go once a week, like the fuck am I doing that for? You know, like it's not worth it.
It's like what's this one workout on a Wednesday gonna do for me?
Right. But it does. Like if you did like if you did like 2 days, like you can always build up, you know, versus like because it really is like the mentality, and like everybody falls into it, like literally everybody. So it's like, well, I didn't do this right, so just screw the whole week, like, you know. Because I mean it is easiest.
It's easy to go back on Monday and drop on
be like
Tuesday.
I'll try again next week, like you know, I had a bad start, like you know.
That's so crazy. What?
No, I was gonna bring something else up though. I'm gonna like.
That's why I was like, what are you gonna say? Because I thought you were gonna ask me something.
No. Well, for one, I am over that, like that part where it's like, I don't start on Mondays. Like I kind of gave up on that mentality, right? Because a lot of people do think like that, like, oh, I'll just start Monday, or the diet starts Monday, right? There's even a brand called Diet Starts Monday, but. Yeah, so it's like for me, it's like I could start on Thursday. Like Thursday's gonna be my chest day, whatever. You know how Mondays is chest day or whatever. Yeah. But like I'm Thursday's my chest day. This when I'm gonna start whatever. So, but it's just that I need to wake up with the mentality like I just need to get my workout in. Yeah. In the morning, like it's like there's nobody waiting on me at 9 a.m. to submit something. You know, like they're barely getting their day started too. So it's like I just need to get back.
So what do you do, like full time?
Graphic design.
Oh, okay.
So I design for different brands.
Like freelance?
Freelance, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's really cool.
That's what I was going to tell you earlier. So it's like, you know how you said like you like the coffee stuff and then how you were into the jean jacket stuff, right? And then the coffee thing. Like, I guess my advice like for you and for people is just like stick with what you like right now, you know, because what happened, like I call myself like the what is it, jack of all trades or whatever, because I do graphic design, I sell vintage, I used to make rugs, I don't anymore. Cool. I'm gonna start. I have my brand, we have the podcast, Mercado Milo. What else?
Just like all that, I guess.
A bunch of shit, right? But what happened is because like I would start with graphic design. And then I'm like, oh, I kind of like the vintage stuff, you know. No, my brand. I want to start a brand. So then like my time is now divided between two things. And then I'm like, oh, well, vintage is like good money because you're buying low and selling high. So I'm like, and now it's like 3, and you know, it becomes too much. So now it's like each day of my week, that's why I'm so busy. It's just like I'm doing this. Oh, I got to take pictures for the vintage, and I got to promote the brand, and it just becomes a lot, you know.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
My advice for people would be like, if you have that one thing, just build it up. Because a lot of people tell me that. They'll be like, oh, you should have just like
go all in on
this. Go in on this, build it up, and then do this. But I'm like, well, now I have a bunch of things that are like midway. Yeah. And I don't want to just like drop everything, you know? Yeah. So it's like, I'm kind of struggling to like build everything up like
at the same time.
No, I 100% agree. And I think I feel like a lot of creative people feel that way. Like, I definitely feel that way. Yeah. I mean, I'm not really big on multitasking, so like applaud you for that. I don't think I could do that, like 3 at once. But like I agree, and I think the one thing that I found about like the coffee thing is my main thing is like I've always wanted to have a brand that like I can call my own and that I can build, and I really feel like Amado is that, and that's why like for example, a big thing in the coffee cart, like the mobile coffee cart industry is like the way they market to businesses is like, oh, we'll do your event and we'll customize like our cart to you, and they do a lot of like signage like on their cart, so it's like it's almost like, for example, I'll give an example. It's this one coffee cart company did something for like running, like a running shoe. I'm gonna use Reebok because I don't know running shoes. Oh, like Asics.
Okay. Yeah, Asics.
I don't think it was Asics. I don't know what it was, but it was. Let's just use that. So it was like Asics. So they put the Asics on the front of the like the cart, and they made all the labels and stuff. And I'll do like labels and stuff for like private events. Yeah. But that's really not what I want. Like I want people to like look at my coffee cart and be like, I want Amado
Coffee. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're not building a brand, you're building a service if you're just catering. Yeah. And that's the part of like my journey that I feel like separated from them a little bit, which might make me build slower because I don't customize to like, I mean, I do right now, but like I won't customize to the event because I want people to love the brand.
Whenever you did the little flowers.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was so cute.
Thank you.
I thought that was so like just that little touch was great. You know, like just something so small like that. But it obviously had your name. Yeah. You know, so it's just like.
I want to get into like selling beans with like my branding and stuff, but that is like
a whole nother.
That's the one part of the coffee community that is like a little bit more gatekeeping, because roasters are very proud of like the beans that they roast. So they want their brand like on the bag, you know? So they will do like some white labeling, but you have to find like the right people, you know? Yeah. So.
Yeah, because I'm like thinking it's the same thing with like the candy stuff, like the chamoy candy. It's like you're literally grabbing Gushers and branding it as your own. Like
the only time it's like super crazy good is if you get like viral on like TikTok or something, right?
Yeah, but
like, but other than that, it's
because I saw like the Pika girl.
Pika.
Yeah, and she's so big, and now she's been big. Yeah. And I'm just like, how? And I saw who she was recently, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's a regular Hispanic girl that happened to just blow up. And then she started sending to all these influencers, and now they have promo codes, and now they get a bunch of sales.
I should have just started a business selling the bags where they put the candies in.
Right.
So is those little Ziploc bags.
Yeah, with the
little. And it's like.
And it's like black or like.
Either black or like metallic. Yeah, reflective.
Yeah. But now Pika has like a whole production and where she's.
And that's the thing.
Like, the thing is the bag is like legit. Yeah. You know, it's not those bags anymore.
But that's the thing is it really is like the like branding. You said, sticking with it and like seeing it through and like letting your brand sit with people, and then also making sure you stay around so people keep seeing your brand, because people will not always trust like smaller businesses, because it's like, how long are you gonna be around, you know?
That is true.
Well, that's with us with the podcast.
Yeah,
like,
it's
we have
like,
people are like,
fuck, I gotta keep going.
No, not even that. It's just people are like, we want to be on your podcast, But we're big on like, okay, well, what are you doing? And like, you know, like, are you a go-getter? Or we try to...
It's like, are you going to be doing... Like, we look back at some of our guests, and then I'm like, all right, a few of them stopped doing what they came on here to talk about.
It's only like 3 that stopped doing what they're doing. And out of those 3, one of them really just came on here and said, oh, I'm doing this as a hobby, but I'm really... My career is going to be this.
Oh, and it wasn't.
Now her career is that.
Oh, okay.
But her hobby is why we brought her on, because we thought it was super cool, you know. But it was just. But other than that, like everybody else, I feel like we want to bring some back. We've talked about it on here, but it's so hard to get everybody into the schedule,
for sure.
Especially when we already had them, you know, to come back.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them have grown. You know,
sure.
Majorly, you know, like one of them was a photographer and she was here and now she's freaking taking pictures of like Drake and all these people, you know. She's invited to concerts and now she's a big photographer. And I'm just so like, damn, it'd be cool to have her back, you know.
Super.
But it's cool. That's another thing for us. Like, we like to bring people that are consistent or that we know that that's really what they want. So you better stick to it.
I know. No, it's so funny because you told me that at Carbach the other day, and I was like, okay, this is sealing me in. Like, I have to, but that is my intention, you know. But it does have to do with so many different things, and then like making sure I don't burn myself out, and like you have to take care of yourself. You just gotta enjoy
the process. Enjoy the growth.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool that you haven't blown up like on social media just because you're enjoying like the small build up, you know. Because imagine if somebody saw you blew up on TikTok, and now you have to like, you know,
like that would be awesome.
But like no, but it's like not,
imagine.
But now you're like too big. Now you're like too. You have to like hurry. Like I don't know. So it became too big too fast. You know.
Yeah, I think definitely going through the process at a slower pace. Like since I do have my 9-to-5 job, I can make my like. Sometimes I get sad because, like my friends, they're pretty much all entrepreneurs, and so I get down on myself, and I'm like, oh well, you know, they have all day to like work on their stuff, and it makes me sad because I'm like, I'm at this freaking 9-to-5 and I have to get up early or like stay up late to do it, and you know, like baby violin stuff, like, but really it's like I'm feeling bad for myself, but to be honest, like I have a salary, I have security, like I can truly take my time to be strategic on where I put my effort and my energy versus like being like, this is all or nothing. I'm gonna go like homeless if I don't, you know?
And again, you're on your own timeline.
Exactly.
Like, it's just like you can never compare. Yeah. Even though we're human and
I'm not gonna lie though, it's less, I don't know about you, right? But it's like, to me, it's always been like, it's less stressful when the people that are successful are older than you. But whenever you see somebody that's younger than you and doing more, I'm like,
that hurts.
Fuck. I'm like, what the hell am I doing?
And
you know?
No, I agree. Okay, that I give myself like a little bit of a crutch whenever because my friends are all like 28, 29, so I'm like, okay, I'm like 4 years, I'm still a baby, like, you know, it's fine. So I let myself like think that, but then I look at like younger people where it's like it's usually influencers or something. They have a large following on social media where it's like they blew up and it's all by chance. Like it really is. Like if it's social media, like like I'm always telling her, I'm like, one day I don't know, this might be it. This might be the episode that blows us up. I don't know. Right. You never know, you know, like it's just, I'm always telling her like there's gonna be this one episode, one clip that's just gonna like blow up. But now we have a catalog of like episodes that people can like go back.
We're not freshly new, so it's
it's kind of like that. So it's like, imagine if we blew up on the episode 2, like we don't have anything. Like now we have to like produce like and not lose
like
this
way
traction.
More pressure and
But now I'm like, all right, we blow up now, like.
Man, you earned it.
Yeah, we have 100+ episodes that people can watch, you know, like whatever.
That's true.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean,
it
was pretty long.
Yeah, it was long. I didn't think it was.
Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna be this long.
Sorry.
No. It was cool.
Good, yeah.
A lot of coffee talk.
Good coffee talk.
a lot of coffee questions.
No, yeah.
But I mean, we appreciate you coming on, you know, and
you
appreciate both of y'all like pulling up and just talking to us. Other than that, I mean,
we'll put your information on the description below. So make sure you guys go follow her on her Instagram, and then for her coffee and training, right?
Yeah.
So other than
I'm
that,
doing both. Doing it all.
right?
yeah, honestly.
All of us.
All right, guys, make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, like this video, you know, follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok, all that good stuff. Other than that, that's it.
Peace,
Much love.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.